on YouTube. We've never done YouTube before. We can try it. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's try it. Let's see if that works. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, spaghetti. Hello? 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 Could the person on Discord try talking, please?
Talk.
Caitlin?
Mic check.
Say again?
1, 2, 3.
Just keep on talking for a bit.
Blark, honk. Blarkity, blark, honk.
That's not what I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is whether or not it's being recognized by stream as well. So the way OBS works is I have 3 channels going on. There's the video capture device, which is the camera that's taking me, which gets no audio. There's the mic and aux, which is coming through here. And then there's my desktop audio, which is getting captured. But I was worried for a moment that if I went through here, the desktop audio would all go through here and it wouldn't be able to capture it. But luckily, that looks like that's not the case. Now, there may be a bit of echo for those on Discord when people are viewing it. However, that's something I'm willing to work with.
So are you saying that the free headphones I got from flying Delta Airlines books that literally have exposed wire, I can put those away?
Yes.
Ooh. By the way,
And it also means I can move around and be more active as a DM. Hooray!
For the people that weren't there yesterday when I told the story, I had my first session with the group I'm DMing on Friday. I told the wizard...
You're DMing on Fridays and then coming to D&D on Saturdays to suffer.
It's normally Saturday afternoon, but we couldn't do it this week, so we held it.
Well, obviously it's not Saturday afternoon.
We're in Saturday evening.
Yes. So, I told the wizard to take polymorph when he was making his character and asking me what spells to take, because I expected him to use it. I did not expect him to figure out what he was supposed to do with it session 1 and turn our paladin into a great ape. And then the artificer casts enlarge.
Of course!
I didn't expect it on session 1. They were fighting goblins.
And?
Goblins never saw it coming.
Don't you go over the top when you're fighting goblins?
Sir rolled 3 net 1s and fell into every single pitfall trap in the dungeon.
That's awesome. I love it.
Lol.
I love it.
Absolute weapon. And our artificer is the fucking zealot warforger who prays to the god of gun and uses the text-to-speech to talk in session.
Stephen Hawking?
I mean, he is a giant machine of death, and the voice he chose was a text-to-speech of a little girl.
Alice?
Pretty much.
All right.
It's shaping up to be a fun session, though. So
Well. I'm actually impressed. Like, no drop frames, no problem. You guys can get off Discord if you want.
oh, and the wizard then proceeded to before he
Okay,
did that,
bye.
the wizard cast...
Well, not you. Not you, Caitlin.
Oh no! Caitlin, please.
Caitlin, please stay.
Caitlin.
Too loud.
What the fuck did I just miss?
A joke.
You also
Ah.
put the volume of that speaker away.
Yes, I can. But I'm also going to move it a bit further away. I'm going to actually sort of set it over here.
No, it's within Dominic's reach. You made a mistake.
Dominic now controls the power of everyone else's voices in the room.
Dominic, please. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back, please.
He is studying it like it is a tool to be
So,
used
fun
against
story
people.
about this. I actually won this my freshman year in college. During BGR, we went to Myers, right? And there was this button mashing competition. I won so many tickets, they straight up just were about to kick me off the thing until I said, like, look, I just want to keep playing. I don't care about tickets at this point. Can I just keep playing and forfeit any winnings? Because the rules were you were only allowed to get one raffle prize per person. So I straight up walked up with like 50 to 60 tickets, and I'm like, look, can you just give me the JBL? Because I'm putting them all in, and no one's gonna beat me on this. And they're just like, yeah, okay. So they hand me the JBL. I go back to the button mashing thing, and they're just like, look, you know it's one per person. I'm like, yeah, I just want to play. I don't care about the tickets. I'll give mine away. And then it became more of a pride thing, like, can you beat me rather than just like you were guaranteed tickets, so like everyone was having a fun time. It was absolutely deranged. Coincidentally. What?
It sounds like you are fun to hang out with.
Coincidentally,
Sarcastically as possible.
coincidentally, that's actually where I met Lauren the first time without either of us knowing each other. Because when we met on our first class on the first day, I was just like, yeah, I want a speaker. That was you? Kind of funny. Look, I had a fun time. Everyone had a fun time. I downed a gallon. Some dude was like, look, do you want water? I'll buy you a gallon. And I'm like, I've never downed a gallon of water before, but sure. I downed a
That's
gallon.
really
See, what you do is that you legitimately have to do, or else you're gonna feel like terrible.
Look, I had a fun time. Other people had a fun time. No harm, no foul.
Half the gallon might be enough to make you feel terrible. Get the full gallon.
So yeah.
No, I didn't down it like all at once, but I did.
Not the gallon.
So this one time in cross country.
Oh, yeah, fuck that.
So yeah, we bullied all the people except people that are lactose intolerant, obviously, to do it at least once in cross country camp. And we put food coloring in it too, like psychopaths, so the puke would be different colors.
So we're
It's kinda
waiting
fucking
on.
fun.
One of my buddies is psychotic and he chose chocolate milk.
So we're waiting on Ethan at the moment.
Now you ruined chocolate milk. Whatever.
But I think we're good enough to give a recap, and I could give a recap to Ethan when he gets here, if everyone's okay with that.
Guys, it's Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
It's a pretty good show.
It's
It's just fucking good.
Like, I started watching that as a joke because you recommended it last session.
yeah.
Finished that in 3 days.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Noah had Federer, Peter, and I locked in on both.
What just happened?
Pointing at that.
Dominic, what did you do?
We watched it.
What did you just do? Did you?
So apparently, yeah.
Dominic, are you ready?
We
No, it's
figured
back.
out it's dumb.
It's back. It's back. There we are. I don't know why that happened.
What the fuck did you do?
He's remote hacking the speaker through MATLAB.
Awesome.
All things.
He's
Why do I have a delay of 22 seconds?
Because there's probably like fucking 6 people on your one fucking hotspot.
Yeah, but that's an in-stream thing delay. I don't usually see that. Anyway, it's set to 10 seconds. And it's at 22.
It's because me and Dominic are playing Cyberpunk Edge Runners right now. Actually,
You're playing an anime.
yep.
I mean, the way shit's going, it kind of seems like that might just become everybody's lives.
What?
Fucking Cyberpunk Edge Runners just might become where life goes.
I mean, everyone's gonna watch it in this group, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but that's not what I
The
meant.
actual IR future might be that.
Ah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put their burritos at the zombie apocalypse. I can buy their burritos there.
As long as you pay for the appropriate food package, you'll get burritos.
Okay, so last time, some fuckos up north decided to actually talk with the king. Chartreuse actually becoming somewhat useful. Hooray!
Never.
Kill him.
Yes!
Yes, that is canon.
Through a series of misunderstandings, it was
I
bel-
can't chartreuse with therapy, you fuckers.
through a series of misunderstandings,
Sure.
it was believed briefly that Alva was dating Chartreuse. We're just
Part of
gonna...
me says for Alva, part of me says that's way too fucking
Alright,
common.
if you guys could let me actually do the recap.
No.
Are you gonna
Nah.
actually?
Yes. So, last time, you guys started off in Corin Ogier. We didn't really deal with anyone down here in Drumbun because we were still catching up. You guys started with 54 days remaining. Over the course of those 4 days, or rather, over the course of those first 2 days, you met Alfred. Alfred. Stop. Let me do the fucking intro.
Never.
Alfred. Fucking. Yes. Alfred Eppelheim, who appeared to be almost a child, which was strange. Yet Chartreuse confirmed that child was definitely his uncle. Alfred was roughly 3 feet high, which is interesting. Yeah. Yes. Anyway, after some conversation with Alfred, you guys managed to persuade him to set up a meeting with the King of the North, Odalin Mage's Blood. This meeting was set to take place on the next day. So you guys waited. What? Oh.
Matthew's looking at the computer and getting confused.
Yeah, I was looking at the...
Song is killing me.
I was looking at the... What?
That was a terrible joke, and I'm probably getting back again on YouTube for that, but you know.
No, I'll do it for real. Cracker.
So that's Twitch, not YouTube.
No, this is YouTube today.
Yeah, we switched over to the good side.
What do you do to get banned on YouTube?
Copyright infringements.
Hold on.
Serious shit to get
Hold on.
banned.
Where's Rockstar by Nickelback?
Please stop.
We're
No.
bringing back Rockstar by Nickelback.
The funny thing is, all that will do is mute my VOD in certain areas. Like, the funny thing is,
What's funny is that
YouTube's actually so fucking good at dealing with copyright infringement. They just straight up mute the VOD at certain areas, and they're just like, "Yeah, take this out."
Oh, this is good.
All the shooting stars.
Okay, so back to the recap.
Back to the recap, if you wouldn't fucking mind.
But I do mind.
Don't stop coming.
As long as the neighbors don't hear me shouting.
You didn't even hit me.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to, and I went to catch it, but you.
No. Anyhow,
I need a weapon.
I've got
Man,
3.
your chief.
Anyhow, upon making your way to the Iceberg Castle,
Please.
Yes.
it's too OP.
you guys eventually met with
I'll put your shoes in.
Odalin Mage's Blood in a very ornate throne room spanning about 300 feet long, with pillars rising up. A conversation with Odalin then occurred in which
You're the one that said bad behavior. You deserve that.
no, I don't.
Context?
That's someone else's fault.
Who threw that?
Hi.
Think through that. I'm keeping these.
I'm being
You always are. You're kind of the party scapegoat.
Honestly, true. That's
It's
I
bad.
would been blamed for way too much.
Yeah.
Anyway, if I could continue. You guys good? Sure? Okay. It was revealed that Odalin was aware of Dominic's killings. Or Zill's killings. Same person, really. Dominic definitely has a criminal record.
He took a break from it to commit mass genocide.
Yeah,
Look,
he stole
honestly-
it. He stole it.
Honestly, after 204, I'm surprised the entire air department doesn't have a criminal history.
Well, you don't know Dominic doesn't have a stand out of stand.
I don't know about y'all, but like Spider-Man do be going 500 miles an hour.
Yeah. You got that assignment?
That was
Nice.
insane.
Oh, that was on an exam. I got it for a homework assignment.
He went first.
My least favorite was probably the bug on a stick on a disc on a disc.
Oh, that one was evil.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Fuck that problem.
Yeah, the fucking bug on a disc on a disc. Fuck that shit. Anyhow, where was I? Yes. It was also made aware that Odalin Mage's blood is seemingly. What the fuck?
Wait, did you?
Who the fuck is playing it? Who the fuck is playing on my speaker?
Hello, I'm not playing anything, but I'm saying
It's gotta be.
Dominic, is it you? Dominic, be honest. Is it you? Who the fuck?
This is like the type of thing I feel like Noah would do. I just should have put attention on everyone else.
Who the fuck?
I bet you that.
You know, Wayne Mason pointing fingers. Pointing fingers. He's the only one that has a Windows Surface.
What does that have to do with
I don't know. Does it?
Sorry for those online. We are currently
Yeah, technical difficulties. What the fuck?
Somebody's broadcasting.
Yeah, someone else is broadcasting to my JBL. What the fuck?
Yeah, it might not even be editable, actually.
So, or there could be an imposter among us.
Okay.
That could just be me.
Discord, can you guys hear me?
I've got a question. Are you
Good.
are you streaming our
Yes, we're streaming.
Discord? Discord, I mean, like
Yes.
the.
Yeah, we're
All right, then never mind. I won't do what I was gonna do.
Okay, anyway. God! Okay, we're fixed. What the fuck? How did that even happen? Anyhow. So Odalin was also apparently aware of the extermination of the elves on multiple occasions by Ceres, which is strange. Because as far as you guys were aware, or as far as it was at the very least implied, no one should have memory of that, except for people who were explicitly told that it did in fact happen. That sheer factor made it nigh impossible to convince Odalin to fully agree to engage in war against Ebor alongside Vezra and Elastina. You guys kept trying to convince him to fight because otherwise everyone would die. But the sheer fact is, as far as he knows, he's gone and been exterminated numerous times over with nothing he could do about it. You guys offered, well, isn't it worth the effort? Maybe. But at the same time, he wants a guarantee out of it. So he made the following offer to you. If you convince my head artificer and her partner to return to me and swear their loyalty to me, not only will they not be punished, but I will give my full support to the war effort down south. You guys, otherwise, come up with another arrangement. Either way, meet me back here in 3 days. That would be on day 50. Coincidentally, when everyone meets up. Huh? This was on the second day.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you guys then went back down to Drumbit. Were you told Andromeda of the king's proposition? Feeling there was little other choice, she began to make preparations to move north, but she doesn't like the idea. Because not only would she have to work for those people again, but you guys would be without an artificer. With a shop. And as good as Lily is, make no mistake, Andromeda is a mind of her time. You guys have seen this firsthand with the blueprint pearl. Very few others could boast to have ever even come close to making that, let alone making it possible in the first place. Now, shortly after that, a conversation with Andromeda and Lily took place, one-on-one, where Andromeda was hesitant about what action she should take. And Lily convinced her that sometimes some sacrifice is needed.
Right. I was just trying to be emotionally supportive to my friend.
My recap, my wording. With that, we reconvene with everyone on day 50. Dominic, what is your... You lost...
These the 2 other days.
Were you?
Yeah,
I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Briefly, I'm not going to go in depth, but briefly, I'll allow you guys from the north to engage in those activities. You guys have 2 days. What do you want to do with them?
We might just use all this transport to both
Yes.
places. Just gonna let them know what's up. Is that all we're gonna do? I mean, it's gonna go to attempt to find more souls, but that's just
Andromeda is not leaving before you guys. You guys, the idea. So to reiterate, he was saying, "Bring my artificer back to me." You guys will be going with her if she goes back. Either way, you guys are set to meet the king on day 50. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, I've got. I was trying to figure out a way to say this, but I'll just say this in an above board way. Mason, do you have anything that we could use to communicate with the respective the king, the was it this queen in the east and the queen in the west? Both have queens right now.
Yeah. So as a reminder, the horizontal cardinal directions are ruled by a queen. The north and south are ruled by kings.
Okay, so my thought is we try, or we could. Well, the reason I asked was I was trying to see if there was a way that we could, at least, I don't know. I'm still trying to get. I still want to get him on our side without having to surrender and without having Andromeda surrender herself.
Yeah.
Because like I was just thinking that it'd be a good idea to try to communicate with the east and west to try to see if there's anything they could do to make the north. They could make him an offer he can't refuse.
Yeah, guys are kidnapping Andromeda, go back for literal trauma place. She will kill you.
You guys aren't kidnapping her.
I know.
She's going of her own volition if she goes.
Yeah, I mean, Father, we are just gonna kind of pop in and knock on their front door, if you want to say that.
Didn't you already talk to Andromeda?
No,
You
we
got-
pop in and knock on the queen's doors.
Yeah.
It's like,
Or we just gonna ask him for advice or something?
yeah, let them know what's going on. So that they're in the loop.
Okay. Okay.
So, teleport. Magic hand tag.
Alright, let's do it.
Where are you guys teleporting?
East first, probably.
To the east, back to Ellistina. All right.
Does Celestina know who?
Oh, can we take
Who's-
Elena with us? Elena is-
Helena is with you.
We'll take everyone who's with us.
Yeah, so it's the same group.
Yeah.
You guys do not have access to the people who are in Drumbin until they fix it.
Wait, didn't Ellis? So you said Ellisina is the name of the queen in the east, right?
You should know this. This is
I
your
keep-
monarch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just because I should doesn't mean that my brain is. I just finished dealing with physics homework, okay?
Alright, so we'll go to the east and just tell her what's up and ask if she has anything to offer.
Yeah, but didn't Ellisina say don't come to me, don't come back until you've done the job, essentially, the last time we came back?
Well, we might just have to do it anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just saying that is a Alright, let's just do it. I can defend not like physically defend myself, but defend myself, verbally from by saying we needed before giving them anything, we needed to come to you and to the West to agree on a solution before making any deals that you cannot hold up, essentially. Right?
Yep, alright. So everybody who was in the north, we're all gonna teleport to...
All right. There is a teleport circle you are aware of, so there is no need to really roll. But you, for the purposes of bookkeeping, you would mark off a teleportation spell at the start of the day. For purposes of engagement, you're going to, for purposes of bookkeeping, you're going to be spending the entire day there. Then you'll teleport back at the end. So that way we'll have one day at one location, one day at another, and then
I
the
can
next.
teleport 3 times a day. For what it's worth.
Okay. If you want to teleport more than that, let me know. But ideally keep it simple so that way we can catch up with the other group. That being said, if you guys get a crazy idea, I'm not going to stop. I'm not sure if you've specifically talked to her about it.
Because, like, so Andromeda just went to Drumbin, right? She, like, escaped there.
Andromeda is
On the flying machine thing. Like,
on the mechanical dragon prototype, yes.
That Peter and I tried to rob.
Yes.
Okay, so, yeah, she's not in... She wasn't, like, rescued by the queen or whatever.
She was not, no.
Oh, is
What?
is here.
Sorry. All we heard was, oh, shit.
Is here, yeah.
Oh, Josh, Chen, the character, Josh's character might be put.
Don't be here, though.
Oh,
Oh, do you have sending? Thing?
No. What I'm saying is, no, he was in. I don't remember where he was, but I'm just saying that. Oh, I didn't realize that Josh was here.
Yeah.
That's all. Sorry.
Anyhow, welcome to Helena's life, Josh. Anyhow.
How it feels, Helene? Is this how it feels like it?
Yes. When people completely ignore your existence, yes. I feel like the Krillin of the series.
Does that make me the Yamcha? I don't want to be the Yamcha.
No, you haven't died yet.
Yeah. Technically, I've died several times over. I just don't know it. Suspicious. I'm an elf, so.
True, but that doesn't really count.
Oh no, it counts. It's a death. It counts.
Well, you might have been away for quite a number of them if you were off the material plane.
It's not.
Yeah. Anyhow. You guys meet up with Elestina, who, you guys meet up in her throne room. Basically just sort of chilling, kick back, sword pommel in her hand. Well, welcome back.
Your pile driver immediately.
Queen Elestina.
Pile driver immediately goes to one knee, just like and
Motherfucker, why is Discord being a bitch right now? Give me just a moment here.
Discord chat muted, deafened.
Yep.
There we are.
Ma-
Okay.
Matthew, I honestly thought when you said that that Elestina was saying that to pile driver.
On the syllabus that our midterm is on a.
Midterms can be on Saturdays. I've had it happen. I've had it happen.
Evil. It's
I'm
evil.
not taking that midterm.
All right,
Well,
cool.
looks like it's 30% of your grades. Actually, that's not technically true. I'm in one class where if your final grade is higher than your class average grade, your grade becomes the final grade.
Anyhow, so I trust you bring good news.
Well, yes and no. So we talked with the King of the North, and after negotiations, he eventually said that he would be willing to join the East and the
Wonderful.
West in an invasion of the South, as long as we return to him his his most important artificer, who escaped a while back.
Or if we made him, if we convinced him with something else, and we did not want to speak for make any promises your Majesty would not be able to keep.
Yes, we're here to inform you of this and ask if there's anything really valuable to the king that you might know of that could be offered.
Is there any
for his help?
You look like you're about to say something before I do. Go ahead.
It'd be worth noting that the King of the North knows a lot of stuff.
He had spies
A
everywhere.
lot of stuff. And I would not be surprised if he knows what this conversation is. A lot of stuff.
You're implying that there's a spy among you? I hate you all.
Amogus?
Sorry, I'm playing the Rude Stance on loop right now. My brain is melting. I can't remember the Among Us jingle.
I mean, if anybody, it's Chen, but Chen doesn't seem like the kind to
Emergency meeting.
immediately get pulled back to Germany.
I hate you all
Nah,
too.
You just get fucking pulled into the fucking
Alright.
the fucking arena zone.
Zone.
No, the fucking arena zone. Meanwhile, like a tier, so the fucking names, Saros and Azeroth are just sort of looking on, like just sort of like fucking Price is Right models, just sort of like gesturing to the airlock.
I swear silk.
Anyhow, so
You're actually a fucking dodge. I will make sure you fail controls. I will stand by hand and resell your soul to Musungu and make sure you fail.
guys, D&D is separate from real life. We keep it that way, okay?
No, that's control.
That's something you need to know right now.
Anyhow, you're suggesting that there's a spy among you. How would you know of this conversation if the only ones present are you and my retainers?
I'm not saying
How
there's a
many
spy
retinues are there in the room, Matt?
I don't think there's a spy among us, but there's probably a
What?
That's the conversation, but they were
What the fuck?
proximity of the murder.
Someone fucking...
Take out your stream.
No.
You too?
So I've been watching a lot of Cyberpunk.
No, the stream itself is fine. What I'm worried about is the JBL, which seems to be flooding.
Oh, do people keep taking it over?
I don't fucking know, but I got kicked off of Discord again.
What's the JBL?
That's the speaker. Don't fucking connect to it.
Changing its password or something.
There's no password to it. It's a speaker.
Is it Bluetooth?
Yes.
Caleb, how are you hacking it from fucking... Okay.
Cybersecurity major man.
There we are. Okay, we're good. Hello?
For now.
Good. Anyhow, where was I? Ah, yes.
How else could I mess with Matthew today? I mean, what?
So,
Hack his computer. Hack his computer. Hack
I
his
can't.
computer.
so,
I mean, I probably could, but I don't care to.
Alright, hold on, let me load up my hacking website.
so, what do you guys...
Hold on.
We need to conduct an emergency meeting, is what you should say. Please don't. I hate stuff being thrown at me. Please don't.
So, you guys need to fucking stop. Yes, everyone knows that this website exists.
No.
Oh, I love that website.
Yeah.
Wait, become a real hacker? There's a tab. Become a real hacker.
Could we please?
No.
Guys!
Wait, it's an ad for NordVPN?
Is it really?
Yeah.
I love this. I did not know this existed.
Should I just go down to Sage's shop and find another group?
Hey,
I
I'm
mean,
here.
sure. Why not?
I mean, if you want, you can start from the beginning. And another 4 years later.
Take two.
Yeah, I mean, by then, it's not like you're going to be running with anything useful then either.
I got another campaign ready to go.
I don't want to end this campaign before it's actually ended.
Oh no, that's what you're supposed to do. It's like when you're an undergrad. The last semester before you graduate, you're supposed to switch majors. I've known somebody that did that.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
How'd that work out?
I don't know. I graduated before him.
What they do,
Talk to
Taylor?
him again.
They swapped majors their last semester.
Yikes.
Mhm.
Anyhow, so, why did you come to me then?
To inform you of the situation.
To inform you of the
And-
situation and to ask if you knew of any potential other offer we could make, which we did also.
Something that might be less militarily defined, like giving them a master in artificy that would create weapons for them after the war's over.
Why does he care about this artificer so much?
Probably because she's very, very good at what she does and create many different things.
Job.
And there you guys go again.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear it.
It doesn't count.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count. Didn't happen.
Didn't happen. I'm hallucinating. Don't listen to me.
You did speak over it. I'll say that happened in character, that you spoke over it so she couldn't hear it.
I'm a spy from the north.
So are we? Okay.
What the hell? Figure video. Well, my camera's not. We're back and we're streaming and we're good. Fuck. Finally. Towards the finale, I actually want them all to be recorded for posterity's sake. There we are.
Talking about man ass on this stream.
Stop. Sorry about the technical errors. Okay. Focusing in. Finally.
Number 1, Ludwig.
The Boston Bloodborne?
Anyhow.
I didn't think she was nice. That's mostly because of...
Could we focus, please?
No, that's never been a thing that has happened here.
What is this focus you speak of?
I think he's talking about the car, the Ford Focus.
So the Queen of the East says.
What is her response to undisclosed location? Yeah.
She doesn't really say anything. She just sort of waits there, expecting you guys to continue with your report.
Well, yeah. Report. On being about to know stuff. And we want to prevent them from knowing more stuff. But we also don't want any of y'all to know stuff, because knowing stuff is scary, and then it'll make other people mad.
Is there?
No, we'll make other people know stuff. That's the whole
Your
point.
Majesty, is there any? I hesitate to say deal, but that's not because that's not the exact word. Was there anything that you can promise to the King of the North that would be that combined with the West would be of sufficient incentive for him joining on our side because
The offer on the table is extended neutrality for the foreseeable future. As long as peace remains on all fronts, no one will attack one another. The end of war should be a decent enough incentive, should it not?
That's what I
it
thought.
should, but
That's
he
what
is
I
not
thought.
taking that as he is not
There is
taking
a
that.
chance, I will say, there is a chance that he is cooperating with the North somehow.
What?
Because remember that announcement that Igor made to everyone a few weeks ago?
Yes.
He was apparently not surprised at all. From people who knew him very closely. He was not surprised at all to hear that. So either he had some other way of knowing it was coming, or he's working with the Wars. And that would also explain why just the incentive to just stop Igor, it doesn't seem to be enough to convince him.
We tried the no like neutrality tact, and he did not take it. He kept saying, "Give me my artificer, and if you don't, what did he say? It was something along the lines of, I'm already doing what I can. Let the South, let the East and the South wear themselves out. Plans are already in place. Something along those lines, right?" Oh, he did say that. He did also say something along the lines of they would have to give up territory on their borders for me to even consider, which we knew you wouldn't accept.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense because if the South's not the picture, y'all can just kind of like sweep in and take that lead. It's kind of like that's a lot.
He was also very adamant that if Ebor is defeated, then chaos, then more war would reign because all three of the nations would be fighting over the territory left in the vacuum.
An interesting perspective, but not one I can't understand.
Yeah.
I have no immediate promises to give.
Well, if you come up with one in like 2 days, let us know.
He gave us
the benefits of you acting on your own and attempting to broker deals is better than anything I could currently offer you. Because no matter what, regardless of what I say here and now, there will be those who question my decision. Regardless of what happens, people of my nation and of Frigalek and of the Cloud Kingdom are going to be upset with whatever decision comes about. But the best thing we could do is bring Odalin to the negotiating table. However, you need to do that, hopefully in a way that doesn't give him a super strong military asset. I give you guys my blessing. That being said, operate within reason. You are not under my control. You are not under Vezra's control. You are your own group. That's why
If
I assigned Alpha to you as a means of giving my blessing for you guys to act independently.
I have been trying to live, and I have been endeavoring to live up to your trust in me, Your Majesty.
So to answer your question, I don't have any promises to give right now. I have no easy answer.
If I may
Vezra will
make
either.
what? What did you say,
And I
Matthew?
And I doubt Vezra will either.
If I may, what if the three of you, the three heads of the nations that are not being led by the north, the south, the north, the east, and the west, met on you, the queen in the west, and the king in the north, met on neutral territory to discuss to discuss what could be done the future post Ebor.
I'm
It
certain
would
that's what Vezra and I want. The problem is convincing Odalin that he wants it as well. And that's where you are supposed to come in.
Just think there's more to the story. He seems so strangely unconcerned with Igor getting his way.
Seems like our job is to just convince him to come to the table, and then they can sort out all that weird political stuff that we don't like.
he did mention that it was he did say something about it not being the first time, so why should he care?
He did say.
As in not the first time that his nation has been wiped out. So why should he care about it this time?
Now we have to explain.
Look, above board. Look, I'm
very confused and concerned expression.
If I say God troubles, will you like accept that?
No.
Pile driver, we're gonna have to talk about like how you converse with people.
She is my queen. I am bound by honor and duty to not lie to her.
Pile driver?
Pile driver is not a simp, but he did lie to her last time. Because he did not say that Lokar died.
Omission of information isn't lying, so he could have just not said Zil has problems.
It's just not
Above board, though, real quick, I do think we might be approaching this the wrong way. Because I think if y'all go to the Queen of the East, you're going to get the shame spiel of, I don't know, you guys find something he wants, and then boom, it's the negotiation. I think there might be something secretive that he wants that we don't know about besides the artifacts. I don't know what that is, but be it a magic item or a lady or I don't know. You're laughing. I'm not.
So the mission
He,
is to get
he has a wife. You guys have seen this.
Okay, well maybe
Okay,
that's
so
it. Like there is something that he is hiding right now that is the key to these diplomatic like negotiations, and I think asking Andromeda, asking that Alpha Rad guy, like more info about him might be more productive than going to the Queen of the West.
That is, I agree with that actually. We should probably
I
talk
do
to
have
that.
good thoughts sometimes. I just don't usually share them.
You just pretend, haha, head empty.
Oh, that's the thing.
But here's the problem. You guys have started this conversation, now you need to finish it.
You do.
Say no, let me just leave and take a moment.
Hard stuff.
You're welcome to try and get through the guards at my door and deal with the aftermath of your decision of fleeing me.
Well, I'm not fleeing. I'm just like walking away. It's not answering the question. It's As we said, I'm not like
Top
your
them.
pawn. So I don't have to answer questions.
No, you don't have to. And by virtue of not being under my service, you are not entitled to the same benefits.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, fine. So basically, North are elves, for the most part, right? Like that's just kind of the demographic up there. There exists a god who does not like elves, and so did very, very mean things to elves many, many times in the past. And it's kind of confusing that he knows that because he really shouldn't. But yeah.
Do the rest of you corroborate what he's saying?
Yeah.
Then I will accept that as face value as a no.
Yeah.
I am talking in a manly voice here where I shouldn't be. I forget who I'm role playing sometimes.
It's okay. She's beeping.
She's beeping.
Well, you could also have it be that she just has a cold or something like that. Something that just makes her voice deeper for the time being.
Cold.
She has
She
COVID.
is the spy from the.
Oh! Anyhow, with this, if there's anything else you want to say, you are welcome to it. Otherwise, you guys are welcome to leave. Okay. Is there anything anyone wants to do before you guys leave, Ignace?
How much of the day did that take?
We'll say it took about half the day to schedule a meeting with the queen. No.
Look, I built a cube out of the metal balls. This was a lot harder than it looks, okay? Tried many times.
Teleport. You have 3 teleports. Instead of teleporting back to Drumlin, you could teleport to the north, talk with Alvarad, and then teleport back to Drumlin.
That's worth 1 more billion coins.
Yeah. We should do that.
The 3 teleports.
Okay.
And then
You want to talk to Alvarad next?
Yes. And we're gonna talk to him about the god troubles.
the God troubles and also his love. I don't know.
No, we got to talk to him about
I've
what's.
read too many webcomics at this point, so my instinct is like, oh, his wife is secretly sick and he really loves her and he needs to find magic herb to cure her.
And roll for it.
How many
And roll for
manhwa
it.
have
Like,
you been
like
reading?
perfect health. He really hates her, and you need to find
Which
night
one?
he can resolve that.
Which one? Which one right now? Which one?
I mean, there's a
What?
lot.
Which one right now, though?
Like the 15 ever?
Yeah. Which one?
The villainess settles the
Your
score.
kind sons.
Look, I don't diss your dragon bullshit, you probably read.
Oh
I'm
my.
laughing because I've read that same one. It's good shit, yeah.
But no, my instinct is like, okay, there's some like secret romance bullshit going on.
No, but like solo leveling, that's good shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that might be the best. Not to be metagaming because I know I'm really not here and I should have like no.
You're fine,
behavior,
you're
but,
fine.
Like, I really do think if y'all go back to the Queen of the West, it's gonna be the exact same NPC dialogue of, I don't know, what would you guys like to offer?
Also, literal child on that one.
Yeah. So
Dragging.
Yeah, we'd be going to talk more to the dragon.
it might be more useful. You guys could probably still like make time to go to the West at some point. I just think it's more useful at this point to like try to nail down what the king's because the hint that Alvarad gave y'all was play to your strengths, and you didn't really do that. You just played to his strengths, which is being in a situation where he has more information than you.
Mo also gave you guys a warning about Odal and Mage's Blood that none of you guys seem to adopt.
I wasn't there.
I don't remember.
No,
Quit interrupting people.
That's your own problem for not writing it down.
Bro, I don't write anything down.
That's your own problem.
I'm sorry that I don't write a novel for this entire story. I should have.
I think
A sketchy novel.
Far too
if
angry.
you guys think of your guys' strengths as a party for that specific subsection, you have Zill, and Zill is very good at taking the tiny cracks in a person and blowing them up and turning them into rope. You know, he is the chisel to the marble.
Gatekeep.
That's like gatekeep robot. So if Zill can find the one thing that pisses the king off or that gets under his skin, I think that'll make a big difference in terms of negotiations. And then Mason will be there to do damage control and actually like keep things from actually exploding. And that's when Mason hits him with the 1-2 Zill Mason combo, where Mason comes in like, well, yeah, that sucks, but rational logic bullshit sucks.
Well, we just
I,
gotta
I make
find
the
out.
problem sound so bad, and
what
it makes me
is-
like, we have a solution, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. And then Pile Driver is the one that makes sure Zill doesn't kill anyone, and Helena is making sure that your bow.
I am there as the mascot.
So I think you guys need to like investigate more about the king because he's a little sus.
A little.
We have Alpha Red,
Alpha Red.
Alpha Rad.
Alpha Red.
Alpha Red.
Also, if you change the name of the king, it bothers me.
Odin Mage's Blood?
No, it's always been that.
Because it wasn't Odalin, I have it as something else. 'Cause I actually wrote down his name.
What did you write it down as?
Well, you know,
I wrote down nothing.
Nerveth's one of his middle names.
it's the first name.
Alright, so why are we going to Alpha Red?
Because we're going to talk about the god troubles and possibly other troubles. 'Cause if we know,
It sounds like he has like reproductive trouble.
I mean, he does look like a child.
Beautiful.
Teleport taxi on the lake.
Alpha Red.
Oh God.
So you guys go to Alpha Red's house.
Is he there?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it can take much more of the rude sandstorm on Luke. It's been over an hour. My brain is burning into mud.
Wait, what?
That was me on
Getting
Wednesday.
I'm getting
So Alpha Red is there and eventually sees you guys. Oh, hello.
Alpha Rad.
Alpha Red,
Greetings.
actually.
I know, but Alpha Red sounds cooler.
Greetings, Alpha
Don't
Red.
insult him.
Okay, I want to talk.
He leads you into the mansion. And you guys are brought before the hearth once again.
So we're basically here to find out what. So I'm
How did the meeting go?
It was interesting. I feel like you know how it went, but I want to talk about other things.
Okay.
So the king was very actually this I'm going to talk about the king. The king was very uninterested in what we had to say, and the reasoning behind that was because he's not too concerned about the end of everything that's already happened.
Alpha Red gives you a very confused expression.
My insight check is confused expression.
I will too.
Sure.
Insight, my best stat.
Love it when I'm just buzzing. I feel like
I know.
going in my head.
Head empty.
Ooh.
Head empty.
Only I
Why are we such morons? Wait, I have inspiration.
No, don't use it. Not here.
All
Maybe
right.
not.
Do you want to use it here?
This is
It-
not
it
the
would-
insight check.
Isn't the rule that if it's a nat one on the first one, even if you use inspiration, it won't matter because it was a nat one on the first one?
Not for inspiration.
Oh, okay. Then yeah.
But if you want to use it, you can.
We'll have. I think we'll talk a lot. We can get information. Yes. So what does he say?
He doesn't really say anything. He's just looking at you with a bit of a quizzical expression after Dominic's talk about the end of the world happening numerous times before.
So, are you saying
Sarah's fuck.
you're not aware of the like extinction of the elves?
Well, that's not really an option. To be fair, talking with Ceres is not an option because
It's not. It's why it's
right. Because Adam's character, Fenrir's character, is unable to be accessed until day 50 when the meeting would occur.
and Sarah's is kind of sick.
Well, you can't really access the Feywild without his character. Sorry, you were saying.
So you're telling me you're not aware of the extinction elf events?
What are you talking about?
Hey, very interesting.
No, you don't get to leave me hanging on that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you should ask your king. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Very bizarre. That dragon that he had, how old is it?
Is it above the age of consent?
900 years or so.
Okay.
Only like younger women.
What is that tape ripping?
Guess he's ripping tape for some reason.
That was very loud in my ear. Please don't do that again.
So, your king knows stuff that you don't. And he probably won't tell you. He hasn't told you already. And you're kind of seriously. Yeah, it is kind of strange. Wouldn't say that.
I don't think it's entirely. Sorry. I don't think it's entirely that strange.
I mean, with the scale of this event, I mean, kind of. Yeah. Like, this is like history, you know?
My job is to be an informant. Whether or not he chooses to inform me is his decision.
Right.
I just give him information and he chooses how to act upon it.
Right.
I'm not his only informant.
You know, begs the question, if you don't know this information, how did he acquire it? Because reasons that you don't know, that other people will know, for reasons that I know.
Because I am his public informant.
Yeah, no. See, I know that, but like, there are reasons. If you don't know, other people don't know, so the king's really the only one who knows. Maybe, but like,
That was a sentence. What he's trying to say is that the king must have some very interesting source of information if he learned something that important from someone other than you.
Yes, he does. No.
He keeps it a secret from you?
I'm aware they exist. Of course not. Then they wouldn't be a secret informant.
Has the king ever said anything to you that just like catches you off guard a little bit about your personal life? Like, how does he know that kind of thing?
Years ago, yes, once.
And is there any way for him to have gotten that information? I mean, besides, you know.
Suppose means of divination magic are always a possibility.
That like fairy tale it's told to the children around here about the all-knowing dragon of the north.
Wait, what? I didn't know about this.
I didn't know about this. Yeah. What?
Did I tell you something that I'm not remembering?
You like dropped this bomb on us last session.
No, this did not.
Now,
What did I say?
Okay, to be fair, we were doing what we were doing.
What did I say?
You guys were doing that, so.
I mean, I'm saying it like Zill's speech, but there is that blue dragon that like made the north and knows everything that goes on in the north.
Yeah, you said that when they asked why the castle was like a big ice thing,
Yeah.
and you explained that that's a fairy tale. That's the thing you said.
I don't think it's a fairy tale, my man.
This guy, he was a deep cut, man. Whoa.
Guys, this is why you pay attention.
Writing fanfic. I wasn't there, so I don't need to write notes. That's how I did this character.
Good memory.
I remember things. Not from 4 months ago, but
Fuck you. Write shit down.
no.
Fucking French.
Annie. Casually hides full spiral notebook full of notes on this
It's not
campaign.
even.
That will fuck your computer if you do that wrong.
No.
Maybe that's how it happened in the speaker.
Anyhow, all knowing dragon, no. Oh, you mean? Oh, that never really was a fairy tale. It's more history.
History. Would you mind informing me about like time period? Like, how long ago was that history?
Centuries and centuries ago, when the war first started, Frigalic wanted to create its territory and make it very clear where they were on the map. And with the ability to gouge out land with permafrost and blizzards and icebergs, there's not really many better ways to distinctify yourself.
Now, is it possible that Frigalic is still alive? Or is Frigalic the king?
Frigalic is the name of the country, you dumbass. Yes, you do. I have said this multiple. Yeah, you have.
I just know these places where they
Dominic is organizing Space Day.
Honestly, dude, you overestimate our ability to remember stuff.
Names are hard, you say, after asking me for 50 NPCs.
That's why we asked them. That's why we create names.
Anyhow.
And you don't use them.
See, I would remember I need a wiglet. I don't know if I'm younger or whatever, you know.
I remember Gerald the Rivers.
I can name 20 NPCs right now.
You're the fucking.
Anyhow.
300.
No, I mean,
any name you can just say.
I'm saying in the campaign that exists.
I remember
that are
Connor.
memorable. Exactly.
Connor was the only memorable one.
I'll treat to that. I'll treat to that.
Connor was really memorable. I'll give you that. Anyhow, so what did you
The
say?
only
Dominic?
one.
So is it possible that dragon is still alive and doing well?
Well, the legend is definitely about Mage's Blood's dragon, yes. But it's uncertain whether or not he really did create the iceberg on his own. That seems a bit unreasonable.
Much more. Yeah.
Because he would be a wormling at the time.
Weird. Interesting. So, anyway.
What's up?
Ethan, you alright?
I just had sorry. I just delayed action. Super hilarious thought. You were go to the north. You were saying you guys said something about going and talking to the king in the north and him or whatever, and me trying to keep Zill from killing anybody, and I just had this hilarious, the "Get Down, Mr. President" meme.
Ah, okay. I see where that's going.
Except it's Zill, and and Pile Driver's like, "Get down, you bastard!"
Anyhow,
I feel like if I were to, for whatever reason, just fuck up and become president one day, I would spend a lot of time playing Get Down, Mr. President with my security staff, and just like I'd
brought this up
periodically
to
be
me.
attacking people.
You brought this
Yeah,
up
yeah,
to me, and you mentioned how big of a problem it would be for your administration because you are dead certain that if you became president, this would become common news.
Oh yeah, and I mean, it'd just be me getting bored and randomly doing it in the middle of shit. Like, just fucking everybody standing around some fucking opening for some stupid fucking thing. Cameras rolling and shit because like there's cameras rolling anywhere that the president is, and just like decide, yeah, this is fucking boring. Just hand up to my airful security detail does it and see who does it last for my fucking like entourage. And just turn and yell, just top of my fucking lungs. Get down, Mr. President. Die tackle a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, that'd be the funniest shit to just do.
All right. So, any more questions for Alpha Red? Go ahead.
So, King was very enthused by our offer.
Did you make him an offer?
And so, we kind of got to a standstill at that point. It's like, well, what do we say to somebody who doesn't care, right? Like, what? But obviously, I care about something. So, like, what is it?
That was like
I love that.
Zill channeling that charisma score.
The king cares about his people and his nation.
Well, see, I believe that, but then, why would he not care if they all are going to die? After there.
The energy
Zill.
is giving off.
Zill, you are
Making progress!
No. I believe in him. Let him roll it.
Wait. I want to see where this goes.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Because it's gonna give you something.
So,
But I'm not just a trickster cleric in this game.
God, we're only an hour 30 in. So, how does it feel like it's been like 3 hours of wrangling you cats?
because you've been wrangling tech issues as well.
Yeah.
That's actually legit. That's true.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Nekonya?
I'm not going to make fox noises because that's just shrieking at the top of my lungs. But, just imagine, if you will, somehow, somewhere, Tears just like stops, ears go up, just goes perfectly bolt upright, tails frizz out, looks up into the sky and starts shrieking. Not for any reason, just like fucking nuts. Just like is in the middle of something and just screams for a solid 5 minutes and then goes back to whatever she was doing. Like, okay, so anyway.
I'd love to imagine this is in the middle of the guild hall in Drummond.
Oh, no, I imagine she's in the middle of giving instruction on something and then just like something catches her attention and starts screaming.
Alright. So, he obviously cares for his people.
Yeah, obviously.
And we believe that. Okay.
However,
Yes, well, if he cares about his people, then wouldn't he want to stop this out?
I'm sure he would.
Well, then why didn't he take us up on our offer? We offered him exactly what he should have wanted. But, obviously, he doesn't want it.
Perhaps it's because you lot are a bit of a... Should I put it? Explosive goods?
Well, yeah, you don't see anybody else trying to solve this shit. This stuff messes you up.
You guys would understand.
Like, you guys got all this, like, nice housing over here. We're freaking getting eaten by invisible frogs out there trying to fix the world.
You understand that a war has been raging for near a millennium at this point.
You know that we are working to stop it.
My point being, just because you have to deal with monstrosities and demons and dragons doesn't mean we don't have to deal with our own problems here on the home front.
And when somebody comes offering you what you should want.
The opportunity to focus entirely on your internal problems.
That's not what
What?
You're talking about
Like
end the
ending
war.
the
They
war,
work
ending
on their own
the ending the war by focusing on Ebor and then not fighting anymore would enable him to focus on his own problems. Would it not?
It would.
Can you be open to an open discussion? 3 days? 2 days? With the
Didn't-
other monarchs? Well, actually, mine would be
He invited your group back to come to an arrangement. He's not anticipating other guests.
Well, yeah, we wouldn't bring them up to the north. We would bring them back to.
You're asking the king, who is not even sure whether or not he could trust you yet, to leave his castle with all his guards, all behind, to an undisclosed location.
Not disclosed. We would tell him where it is. It's actually, it would probably be our guild fault.
How could we gain his trust?
Well, he doesn't need to trust us.
Trust is implicitly required to come to
He
any
needs-
sort of agreement.
Yeah, but we're not the ones.
He needs to trust us that we are not going to betray
This is
him.
the most
You
fucked up version of
absolute
season unending I have ever played through.
Zill, you.
You absolute dumbass.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm just trying to figure out a way for Pile Driver to say it without saying it.
I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure that around Zill Pile Drivers, everything breaks, and it's just like
Yeah.
Jeremy Clarkson all the
Okay,
fucking
fine.
time.
You hear gears grinding, essentially. Zill, you idiot! He needs to trust us. In order for him to agree to do this in the first place, and he doesn't. From what we've given, from what happened when you blew up a town, whatever you did while I was gone in Bitopia, doesn't make him trust us.
You blowing up the town.
I
yes,
know.
right.
Yes, but the
He
point
was in Bitopia. No,
My-
Zill looked confused, so I was clarifying what you were saying. You're fine. Keep going.
He needs to trust us, and that we are sincere, and that he's not going to have anything happen to him. Well, if of course he feels safer in his castle, you idiot!
Well, yeah. Anybody would. Although you can cast out the truth, right?
Yeah. Wait.
We'll do that. Cast out the truth. We'll ask us all the questions about the logistics. Actually,
I don't actually.
That's not a smart idea considering what he wants.
we don't have to answer the questions. If you ask something that we don't want to answer, we just don't have to answer it.
All that does not have Zone of Truth, by the way.
Okay, Alice does not have Zone of Truth. That idea goes out the window.
Like you would want to go with some truth, though.
We can still propose the idea.
We do need to come up with an alternate solution to
That is
an alternate. But given what he said to us, he's not going to want to do that without us promising something from the east and the west in return for him going to the negotiating table, which is exactly what we.
We can't promise anything for the East.
Exactly.
Outside the negotiation table.
Exactly.
You guys are talking about all of this in front of some fucking ear king guy.
Let's kill this one.
Shut up.
You're literally.
That is not a solution, Zell.
Okay.
Yes,
It's
it
not a
is.
solution.
Let me get
Yes,
I-
it
I-
is.
real quick. You guys literally are sitting in front of basically the vice president saying, "Wow, this is the only thing we can offer the king. Let's list exactly the limits that we have in terms of negotiating." Man, I wonder if the king's gonna like this or not.
you can still kill this guy.
Hey Sarah, have you ever gone bartering at like a market in places like yeah, like an actual bazaar, you know?
No, you go to one of those markets and you hold up a giant fucking sign that says I have $50. You're not gonna find anything less than $50 in the place.
See, this is why.
Zill, the art of the deal.
Zill, I have a great idea. You should use your 9th level spell in this room.
That
got
would
his
innate.
attention.
That would be innate. That would be a surefire indicator to Pile Driver, and he would slaughter Zill without remorse. So
Yeah, okay,
don't.
so at least wait until you're in the room with the king. You know, regicides are totally normal during wars. Like, it's normal. And honestly, no one's going to be upset over a little bit of regicide. Someone's waiting in the wings to take over.
Yes, but do you trust Matthew's dice to not roll something that's gonna pass?
Also, do you not trust? Do
Even
you
if he has
trust?
like
Do
a
you
minus
trust
2
the?
to intelligence.
Also, do you trust the spell to not target one of us? No.
Why would I care? If you can kill the king of the north, then we can get back to working on the fucking, you know, soul
All you
eater
have to do
ending.
is say, "Get down, Mr. President."
Yeah, you're kind of bugging this up a teeny bit, but considering the fact that you guys are being contradictory and kind of ineffective in even laying out what you have to work with in terms of deals in the first place, he's not getting that much information. You came there with the explicit purpose to get the king's weaknesses, not to be like, yo, bitch.
Here are our strengths and weaknesses.
Do you want to look at my bank account?
You should know by now, Sarah, that I am not good at.
No, you guys left the people of the party behind that have like legitimate positive intelligence scores.
Look, this is just Chartreuse's curse. Whatever group is stuck with Chartreuse is bound to fail.
Yes.
Even the Chartreuse curse.
Let's be honest, if I was more willing to...
Like, I thought just by virtue of having Dominic in that group, at the very least, something crazy would happen. No!
I mean, you can still try for a regicide, I'm just saying.
Let's tell this guy all our hopes and dreams.
Okay.
I'm really scared of when the king...
Okay, alright. I can tell you're enjoying this. In exchange for your enjoyment, why don't you tell us some information?
That's not how that works.
You're not gonna fucking gaslight him.
Your nephew is a bard. That's his trade. Are you basically saying his trade is nothing?
What?
God damn!
We're playing shoots
What?
and ladders
Right
now.
in front of him too.
What did I just? What?
Holy shit!
What
Silly,
did you
Dominic,
say?
you just gave me fucking mental whiplash.
What? What the hell did Dominic say?
What?
Basically, you don't love your nephew if you don't tell us information.
That came out of fucking nowhere!
Alright, we're back in the game.
He's pointing finger
See,
gun.
it's the one-two punch. Stupid. That pisses them off. That almost fixes everything. The 1-2.
Meanwhile, Pile Driver beats him to a pulp in the corner.
Yeah, like, okay, so you reached your allotted stupid hour. Pile driver's gonna beat you to a pulp in a corner.
Okay, sorry. Could you repeat not the last sentence, but the last two sentences, please?
I can see you're enjoying this. In exchange for your enjoyment, why don't you tell us some information?
And he said, no, that's not how this works.
Oh, so you're saying that essentially Chartreuse is a bard. That's basically his trade. Are you saying his trade is nothing?
His trade is music that doesn't relate.
Entertainment in exchange for goods.
Above board, I was so fucking lost at what you were saying. Just getting a glimpse as to what your mental track was like. Ah, yes, this makes sense.
You make
Holy
it sound
shit.
like a ship engine.
Okay, but it does make sense. It's fucking busted how much it makes sense.
It tracks. It absolutely.
It tracks in the weirdest fucking way. You're not, but it makes me very confused.
No, wait. Let me do
Wait,
what happens.
let's see over here.
Let's see what's even going.
Let's see what kind of damage.
Yes,
What-
but
what?
usually a payment is sort of hammered out beforehand. Also, I don't see an instrument anywhere.
We are.
A voice is an instrument.
What are you talking
you
about?
sure?
You'll definitely plays the skin flute.
If you're
And
going
then
to start discussing philosophy with me, I'd request that you leave.
Then pile driver just pile driver says, weapons can be instruments.
Are you threatening me?
We're not.
No, it is just a statement of fact. There's a certain beauty in it.
Holy shit, that's a threat!
Oh, it really is.
The threat of the
No, it's the
Alpha Red!
in a duel, there's a certain in a duel or in a fight, in any semblance of a fight, there's a certain beauty to be found in the sound of sword against sword. There's no intrinsic threat, just a statement of fact. But this is above board. This is actually Pile Driver's rationale for why this is his internalization of why he likes fighting, or why he fight.
That's great!
May not be the time, Pile Driver.
The-
Okay,
Disagree.
Isn't it great? We're learning things about each other!
He was just simply saying this in a non-threatening manner. Just this is his this is part of his life philosophy.
Look! I want a decent ending too. Trust me.
Listen,
Red!
I apologize.
Alpha Red. Say his name right.
Alpha Red.
For fucking once.
Alpha Red. I apologize on behalf of my companions. What we're offering to you is information in exchange for information.
What you have offered me is a one-way ticket to the loony bin for two of your friends. If you want to discuss information, I am more than willing to have a conversation. But one that makes coherent sense would be preferable.
Let's start from there. Let's start off with a coherent.
God, I'm having a fucking stroke.
Taliban jokes.
Matthew, yes.
He's laying on hands.
I am okay.
Give the MET kit. You got it. Alright, well,
So what is the conversation you would like to have?
Above board. I'm very sorry.
I disagree. I think it was fucking hilarious.
Great, because by comparison, Alpha's conversation is going to be so nice.
Alright, so
My mental's so destroyed right now.
we can offer you knowledge of what happened to the elves.
King already knows that. I gain nothing off of that. Plus, from the sounds of it, King thinks it's not something to really be concerned about. Why should I?
Cough what?
Considered that his interests might not align totally with yours.
Of course.
So you don't think his lack of concern at the destruction of all the elves?
Destruction of the world Just in general.
I still don't think you're correct in your assessment.
Why do you think he didn't agree to help on that alone?
That's a great question. You seem to forget where my allegiances lie.
Do they lie with the king or do they lie with light?
Both. But right now, both are in one of the same.
Seem like that's us.
Well, all I'll say is the king could be doing more to avert the destruction of the whole world.
I disagree.
Helping to invade the south
From what
should be more.
From what I was told of the meeting, if you guys came to a deal when you met next, then the king would be giving his support. And then the world will be saved.
And it didn't take one meeting.
We above
Are you
board. We are
suggesting that
such.
the future of the entire world should have been centered around a 30-minute discussion between 5 people?
Well, the solution isn't extremely difficult or complicated. It's not something very. It's not something that whether or not we should work together to avert the destruction of the world isn't something it is super hard to come to a conclusion on it. Maybe the specifics.
And that's why you're not in politics.
Yeah, no shit.
Because there are several nuances that need to be discussed alongside that. You can't just blindly say, oh boy, let's go fighting. You're adventurers. You could do that. Countries can't do that.
And how would you advise us if you were to advise us?
I was gonna say, what other considerations do you think there are?
Land, prosperity, gross economic product.
Oh, we offered him trade, and he seemed totally indifferent to it, as I'm sure you know, since you were there.
He was not there.
Well, he was probably. Well, I mean, he said he was told that being there.
Yeah.
Well, we did offer him trade, and he seemed quite indifferent to it. So, I'm not sure about the prosperity thing.
Do you have any actual questions for me? Because right now, this has been a waste of my time and presumably yours as well.
Well, the question was, what does the king want? You know, besides. Yeah.
Yes, it would be nice to have her back.
But in all seriousness, what does he want?
I've already spoke on that. Prosperity for his people and the well-being of the nation.
Can you be a little more specific than that, given that we are, as you so put it, adventurers and not politicians?
He wants the most stable possible outcome at the end of the day.
Stability. At all costs.
Obviously, risks need to be taken sometimes in politics, but more often than not, Mage's Blood has been wise during his rule as king.
So that's what he seeks, stability.
stability and safety and the well-being of his people.
He wants to kill off Sarah. Jesus fucking Christ.
Say again?
So his whole desire for the artificer is contingent on the work.
He wants to kill a god.
Oh, that
Bajamon, you're all so slow.
Yes, we are.
I've been saying this off and on for the past, like, month.
He wants
That's
the
why
artificer to kill a god. He wants all of the territory of the country. So he doesn't want to play nice with the east and the
I've
west.
always been on Team Evil.
Switch. Not going
That's
to
fucking
meetings.
God.
You're not saying that. You're not saying that.
I low-key think that one of us should just go dip off to the south to recruit evil.
Well,
Still
I'm not
gonna
gonna
fucking
go.
he's still gonna fucking destroy the world, isn't he?
Not to, like, take
Good
him a nice
fucking luck.
dinner, you know?
Hey, Evil, I'm a spy from the north, and I have information for you.
Maybe it's like the Phantom of the Opera, where he just needs a lady to show him, like, an ounce of kindness in his life, and then he'll stop being such a dick.
That's weird.
Alright, we need to find a female wizard / artificer who wants to become a lich.
Those in the Discord, I don't know why, but I can't hear any of you at the moment because fuck me, Discord decided to crash again.
So are any of like Andromeda's inventions above board, like
Pro 4, data not found. What the hell were you saying?
Say again?
Error 419, I am a teapot. Or is it
Are any of
418?
Andromeda's inventions like specifically for killing gods or something?
Not as far as you guys are aware. What Andromeda was working on when she left was the prototype mechanical dragon.
Yeah.
Just by virtue of it existing, it would change the entire war dynamic.
War machine.
It is.
It is a war machine. It enables them to break out of the cycle of. It enables them to. Now that you say that, it basically is. Just think about it this way. They've been
Abrams
as
tanked
it.
at the siege of fucking Vienna. Like,
Can I say what I was going to say?
Go ahead.
Basically, think of it as if airplanes were like birds and they had to deal with the life cycle of birds and the fact that they are mortal. Now, now making them like
Let's
it
put
would
it this way. I'm going to interrupt you here, Ethan. Let's put it this way. It's well known that the Black Dragons are inherently chaotic and they have not taken any side in this war. What would happen to the war dynamic if the Black Dragons decided to join a side? It would be effectively another faction on the board helping them, of dragons, of similar... Basically,
It's a machine.
yeah.
It's like you're going to a Renaissance fair with a machine.
You're getting more bang for your buck.
It's just a really good weapon that changes the balance.
Have you seen Avatar?
Yes.
Oh. Do you know how they got those like limps?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
So it's just okay. They're just gonna use them to like take over.
Yeah. Which is why also.
And they're like strong enough to the point where it's like they will be.
It is a full-ass mechanical dragon, dude.
They can mass produce the
It
shit.
probably. Okay.
By virtue of being a piloted device, it does not feel pain the same way a normal dragon does, and would
and
operate
also
It doesn't
and also not only that, now they don't have to deal with the dragon and its wants and desires.
They could also bolster up their own defenses.
That is another thing. It's also
legitimately, even if we give the North Andromeda, they're just gonna turn around and be like, haha, we have our artificer now, stick her in a cage somewhere and then keep fighting.
mechanical dragons go brrr.
The can just get destroyed if we do nothing but the plane, so we can just let them all die.
We do still have that issue. So.
No, but legitimate question here, guys. What is to stop the King of the North from taking Andromeda once we give him the location and just turning back on the trade deal?
I guess that wasn't
Really
exactly
nothing.
Andromeda be
Nothing.
impactful for.
If he's intelligent, that'll be precisely what he does.
Mhm.
So, Fenrir, what
Is
if
right.
Ceres would agree to a ceasefire with the elves contingent on the fact they work with the other countries and do not.
Not likely, no likelihood.
Ceres doesn't care what countries. She's on a different plane.
She cares about the planes, though.
What is the likelihood of that?
Because her plane's gonna go bye-bye.
I know he doesn't like the elves, but ceasefire.
This affects everyone.
Yeah, I fucking.
Before we get into that, I feel like at this point you guys are starting to make discussions on what's going to happen
Yeah, we're not
for
having
your
a
meeting.
discussion like
Yes. So before we continue this, here's what I'm going to say. Day 49, you will have access to everyone else to converse and come up with a plan on what you're doing on day 50. So we're going to shelve this conversation for now. All right? Is there anything you guys want left from Alpha Red? If not, you guys are teleporting back and you can continue this conversation in Drumbin in
I mean,
actual table.
Yes.
I feel like he should be given that opportunity.
Why?
If he wishes, yes.
Why?
You want to maintain contact with someone on the inside. It's a good idea, at least. Even if it's short truths, it's something.
Right, well, I guess I didn't think of Andromeda as being that impactful, so that makes more sense.
I did say fuck off huge mechanical dragon when I introduced her, right?
No, that shit might be hard. It might be like, I mean, it's a lot of metal. I don't know how much of those they can take. Probably requires a lot of like expertise and like I don't know.
Yeah,
Not
Just go
everyone
roll
he's
like
not
iron
wrong,
mines.
but it could go anywhere from T-34 to, fucking mouse.
Yeah. Like
Or just M1 Abrams.
Okay, yeah, but we can kind of shit those out too.
Understandable why no one thought it was a big deal.
No, I get it.
I thought you were talking about the deadliness.
No, we're talking about numbers.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that North just isn't going to help because they're like, oh, we'll just make them put in the work, and like they're just being total bad faith right now. So I don't think we're going to get anywhere with them.
Unless you guys can come up with something else, some weakness that the team actually has. You guys haven't gotten anything from Alpha Red except for literally putting all your cards on the table and asking him if he has a better hand.
So, do you guys, after Alpha may or may not say goodbye to Chartreuse, you guys teleport back to Drumbin. You have another opportunity to talk to Andromeda. After this conversation, you are all back together. So, you guys are back with Andromeda. What do you want to discuss?
You guys need as much info about the king as possible.
Howdy, Andromeda.
Andromeda seems very frazzled, hair standing up. Her clothes are normally very well put together. She's got her flight suit sort of unbuttoned to an extent. Her flight jacket sort of unbuttoned to an extent. Definitely just sort of frantic. Doesn't look like she slept last night. Pacing back and forth and just sort of muttering to herself as she's sort of doing what I'm doing, just sort of like looking through things, seeing what she needs, pocketing some things, putting other stuff back on the shelves, and just sort of pacing back and forth, and Blue's just looking on with concern.
Andromeda, why don't you sit down for a second and have a tea?
This is not good.
I mean, worst case, everybody just died. That's not
That's what?
That's literally the biggest deal.
I mean, not if you don't think about it.
They'll need to lose charisma points at this point.
If we're talking, you're out. No, seriously, out. So for the rest of this conversation, Zill is out of it.
Can I actually just come back in on and just...
No.
I can cast invisibility on them.
Do you want to try?
Sure.
Andromeda sees you. Get out.
Fine.
You seem to forget that Andromeda can see through invisibility.
Did she really?
Yes, I remember when the fight, she's able to basically turn off your invisibility.
I didn't know.
That was like 2 years ago.
Also 2 years ago.
Okay, yeah, she can turn off your invisibility.
Things never come up once.
He's feeling he's a little.
Yeah, the last time it actually came up, was the time we did
years ago.
fight her.
Yeah.
Was 2 years ago.
Interactive.
3?
Yeah.
3 years ago? 5?
It was
How
like
old
a
am I?
year ago at most.
No.
No.
Yes.
When a mechanical
No.
dragon crashed.
No, when you guys fought Andromeda.
That was.
Oh, you mean the dream sequence?
Yes, that was less than a year ago.
Alright,
Don't
let's
remember
look
that.
up,
Was
I
I even
remember
there
the
for
fight.
that?
I remember the fight happening. I just don't remember
Yeah.
having
I
a
don't
turn
remember any
off
particulars. I don't know
invisibility
if I was even
feature.
there.
I don't think you guys really used invisibility, but she had the ability to.
Which is why it never came up.
Anyhow.
Alright, I was gonna say Andromeda.
Yeah.
Have you thought about
Of course I've thought about it. How can I think about anything else?
how you feel about it?
How do you think I'm feeling? I can't go back. I can't, but I can't not. Because if I don't, people die, and if I do, people die.
I was gonna say you may not.
It's not. It's not a must. It's a. It's not your choice. It's mine. At the end of the day. And for me, my choice is what causes the least harm. Because at this point, I'm out of options to cause no harm. I just wanted to disappear.
You still can if we can offer him something else.
What could you possibly offer?
Well, you know the king a lot better than I do.
Yes,
I'm
a
gonna
cunning,
ask you to
manipulative
recall-
bastard.
I'm gonna ask you to recall
Understatement.
anything he desperately needed, either that he needed your inventions as a means to get, or something he talked about often.
He
whatever
doesn't.
You can remember.
He doesn't take half measures. He takes leaps and bounds, takes many manipulative steps to get to an eventual goal. Giving the offer, he knew you would come to me about it.
I'm sure he did.
Because he knows what my thoughts would be. He knows. He knows I care too much about people. I'm sure you gave him a great offer, but he knew you knew me. And just by that knowledge, just by knowing there was a decent enough relationship, he knew you'd return to me with that offer. And even if he is bluffing, on the very slim chance that he is, he knows it would tear me apart.
He knows you'll be averse to it.
He plays people. He pits them against one another. That's what he does.
Sounds like he isn't a very good king then.
He's a fantastic king.
Andromeda. Do you know of anything else that he would accept? Or is it just your turn?
I really don't. Part of me says just knock it to him and let the pieces fall where they may, but we're on a time limit. Maybe long ago, when we had no clear definitive time limit, I would have said just force him to submit, but I'm not really sure that's really reasonable at this point. We can't really
look like we're not united in some fashion. Because the moment because a uneasy alliance is not going to work well when we're fighting Ebor.
I do increasingly doubt there will be an uneasy alliance.
Above board, just a thought going off what Fenrir said. Is that could installing a puppet leader work?
Say again?
Regicide. Ethan is suggesting regicide.
Hmm.
'Cause I'm just growing intensely just intensely frustrated with this whole storyline that not is constantly bouncing back and forth and getting the same things from the same answers from the same people over and over and over again. I want to just progress the fucking story and actually get things done, and
Ethan, the story is progressing.
it feels like it isn't. That's the problem.
Well, Andromeda. I mean, as Powdriver said, is he killable or is it? Or did you say that's hopeless?
That was above. I said that above board. You.
All right, never mind then.
I prefaced that with above board.
Andromeda did mention that long ago she would have suggested it, though. So if you want to bring up the topic, it's still well in your option.
You totally could. To re-gouge those spots.
Look, I don't know what's gonna happen if I end up agreeing. I don't know what's gonna happen if I don't, but
It's not gonna be good if you agree.
well, I was talking with Lily yesterday, and she seemed to reaffirm my resolve that I should do what needs to be done to cause the least harm.
Here, how attached are we to Sarah's above board?
Well, it is Tears' surrogate mother, so
Yeah, but like the rest of us. Because if the North
I
is
mean,
like,
do you want to piss off your only real healer?
well, no.
Do you want your only real healer who's pretty aware of what all of you are inclined to do at any given situation to just go AWOL and defect to Ebor anyway?
also there's the notion of even if
Your
you're
only real
successful,
healer who also knows where a bunch of the important shit in Drunben is?
another node that's more of a actual real threat and more of a problem for you as well, Fenrir. If Saris dies, he loses all his powers.
If who dies?
If
Sarah
Saris dies,
dies,
Tears loses
Tears
all of
loses-
his powers.
Yeah.
That's how clerics work.
Yup.
Yep.
And paladins.
Now,
And warlocks.
just to clarify, I am not talking a traditional death. Gods have the ability to recorporate. I'm talking a true death of a god. So, roughly at this point, I'm going to say we're at the point where we could start bringing everyone together.
Hey.
So we're going to say around this time, people start making their way to Andromeda's workshop to meet up. At this point, anyone can contribute. We are on day 49.
Huh?
Am I still going?
They're pretty boring for the rest.
This is a new day, so mark a day off. Day 49, you are welcome back. So, here we are. A day before confronting Odal and Mage. You have options before you.
I'll be right back. I just have to hit the restroom.
What do you want to do?
I still say that we should fucking switch the way that we're trying to run this trio.
As I said, be right back. Although,
What is? Are you saying we like side with more?
Yeah.
I'm in.
I'm not
Is the
feeling
he?
it.
Is I mean, okay. I would be in, but like, is he not gonna destroy the world?
I mean, I don't know. It's not like, you know, we've really talked to him aside from the one time.
Well, can we talk to him now? It's not like that's really feasible. He's
At least
What
the
the fuck
last
are you
time
talking about? Sure we
at least the
can.
last time we talked to him, he seemed surprised that the worlds would be that the planes are colliding and being destroyed.
and Lokar would totally be okay with us siding with Ybor.
So,
At this point, I'm less inclined to.
is it safe to assume that by now we've all sort of filled each other in on everything that we've all been doing?
Yeah, I don't want to waste time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna go straight up into the it sounds like the king in the north is trying to kill my mom and by extension my species and me, so fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Is there no way that you could broker some sort of peace agreement between the two groups?
Not once my mother finds out that he's been trying to kill her.
Well, to be fair, there's been a lot of potential murder on all sides. Can at least there be a ceasefire that we can offer on the table, at least a negotiation?
I mean, you can offer it, it probably won't happen.
What did you guys find out about his family? This is nice.
Yes.
Does he like anything at all?
We talked to
Stability and the safety of his people is what I kept hearing repeated over and over and
He did
over
say
again.
the prosperity of his people, and he said something about the like stability and yeah, basically everything you could assume.
So your great plan, just so I'm in the loop, is to hand Andromeda to him on a silver platter.
It's not really the
Rather not.
Telling you.
Kind of want to burn him.
That's not
I
how
at
that
least
works,
want to
though.
hear Eivor out.
You said that he knows a suspicious amount of things that he shouldn't be knowing.
Mm-hmm.
Did he by any chance hint at all that he knew about the greater crisis going on? Anything about that?
About the planes?
Yes, does he know?
Yeah, mention it.
I mean, I assume he would know considering you were doing research for him.
I wasn't doing research for him.
alright, what did I miss?
You were doing research in the north, though.
Research for
I don't
him.
know who's funding my research. I'll be honest.
Sebas is probably filling out contracts and reporting back.
Most research
did I
is
miss?
funded by the
Actually,
government.
Nothing.
Actually,
for
I should actually ask.
Henry wants to side with the
Quick
South.
call. Hey, Sam, is you there?
Yeah.
Quick question. Have you been, you've been keeping up with our files and reports, right, while I'm gone? Been making yearly, or, weekly progress reports to the government about the situation?
I put down that we were on leave lately since you've been kind of absent.
So they haven't been getting reports?
They know we're on leave for the foreseeable future, and we'll let them know when we're starting back up again.
I see. Thank you for informing me, Sebas, and everything else is alright on my end. I hope you're doing well.
You as well.
Aww.
So it seems that my assistant has not been reporting about the current situation to the government.
So they don't.
I'm
I call
on
bullshit.
leave. So
But before that, though, you were reporting to the government.
before that, yes, but we didn't know anything was happening until we met. At least we couldn't confirm anything. And the things I've learned in this journey, I have not reported back to him.
Retcon this if it's too metagaming.
Go.
You guys mentioned the fact that the mechanical dragons would be incredibly important because it's another force. Well, what about the black dragons of the Scarred Lands? I don't think they've taken a side yet, have they?
They're too chaotic to work with.
Well,
Do they have any leader or organization at all?
No.
What about the
They're just wild,
fucking? What about the one?
but apparently, if we could get them on our side, it would be a great benefit. Yes.
I was trying to say this in character without being an asshole. We have a fucking black dragon in Lotar's house. Shokan.
Oh yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Add it to the list of people we can go for, but regardless, there has to be an alternative where we can offer the king something that is beneficial without having to do the bad thing that we're not going to do.
Again, it's my choice at the end of the day.
Choice, but do you think this isn't fine? Just let you make that choice? Nope.
It's not your decision, it's mine.
I know it's not, but if I can come up with some sort of alternative, that decision becomes moot and invalid. So, you know,
Andromeda may point out that
The alternative made us a nice chair.
we're working under the assumption that surrendering to him would cause the least amount of damage, collateral damage. But what if that assumption is incorrect?
what if he turns around the city, he has you in his clutches, and then just forces you to make mechanical dragons, and then he kills literally everyone but the...
We have no assurance from him that he would actually agree to our terms beyond his word.
We also have no real understanding of what started this war. How do we know that it wasn't the North?
Didn't Ebor claim it was the North that started
He
it?
did.
I mean, he did, but, you know.
Alright. Okay.
But like, obviously, what? Even if it was the South.
Platinum Order vote. All in favor of messaging Lockhart. At least get his side of the current situation and get him off his ledge. Raise your hand.
Yeah.
Ebor
Ebor.
can actually get
Okay. I was just, Lokar's on the table if you want to talk to him, but
I want to talk to
clarify whether you meant
Lokar
Lokar or
first
Ebor.
before we do anything.
Lockhart first, but all in favor.
I think we should talk to Lockhart first.
You know what? I'm in favor of talking to Ebor. Raise your hand if you want to do this.
I mean, sure, but we should figure out what to say beforehand.
I agree with that.
So,
Why? That hasn't stopped you before.
So it looks like in person, Josh, are you raising your hand or not?
I was.
Your notes?
So that
So it's 4-1. Noah's the only one that doesn't want to talk to Ebor. What is the?
I don't want to talk to Ebor.
4-2.
Caitlin?
I don't know. The North that guy is kind of a dick, so.
What does Ebor want?
Actually, Defender is gonna vote talk to Ebor, so I think.
Yeah, so Fenrir makes 5.
Yeah. So
He just sees the only way to do it. Is
even
to
if you
off-
sided with,
I believe that makes majority.
yeah, even if you sided.
Mhm.
with
Okay,
me,
so the majority says yes.
I'm still
so
on
how
the.
do you-
I'm on the.
Fuck you
Still on
all.
neutral ground. Kind of
So-
don't want to talk to either of them.
How do you guys want to go about this?
Probably a message though.
Message
Yeah.
does not go that far.
Sending.
There you go.
All right. Let's get this like. How many words is it?
25.
25. Okay.
We sit around the table with a piece of paper and each start writing, just so that we can get it under 25.
We want to get your side of things. We want to get your side of things. This is your last chance. What is going on? We want to get your side of things. This
Let me try something.
North King is dick.
Does Bruno Mars is gay?
It is not too late.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
If you all side with Ebor, I'm leaving, finding the adventurers you sent down there to die, and I'm gonna fight, fucking try and kill myself.
We're not siding
Me-
with him. We just need his information that he has,
Sure.
because the King of the North clearly doesn't want
2,
us to
4, 6, 8, 10, 12,
We'll side with
14,
Ebor. I
15.
don't think we should side with Ebor, but I don't want to give up my good friend and not get anything in
Fuck the
return.
North. Fuck the South.
My
What are you
personal
saying? We
opinion
go against half the country in a war. We can't.
Half the world,
How
actually.
much time do we have?
50
We have
days.
to. Yeah, that's
Uh,
not
so-
what I meant.
Oh, you have today. Tomorrow is your scheduled meeting.
Okay, but do you have any other options? Any other plans?
Or one of the theories I have is that Igor might be partially responsible for the entire overarching mess we're in. I do not want to support him in any way, but we need his information. We don't play this carefully, everyone's dead.
You suggest we schmooze the King of the North on our side, or you maybe
2,
fight the
4,
King of the
6,
North
8, 9,
and the
12,
Southern Lich at the same
14,
time.
16,
I don't have
6, 8, 10,
So we can at least give him 25 fucking words to explain why he wants to blow up the material.
2.
Consider his last will and testament before you go chop off his head.
What are we gonna do when he just laughs at us?
Well,
That's exactly 25 words.
okay, what is it? Can we hear it?
Are you the one casting sending? Because if so, you could just send it without confirmation for the rest of the group.
I mean, mostly. I don't actually care so much what the rest of the group says. I'm inclined to send it regardless. But I'm also going to need some, like, because it's at the old labs, so I'm going to need people who are inclined to give me a hand getting there. But yeah, so it's interesting.
Interesting.
Are you
Yeah.
gonna tell us what it is? Or?
It's
No.
in chat. He said, interested in parley, need further information on full situation, need information on causes, proposed meeting, your old lab, need to meet you or your emissary today.
You do realize what pile drive
Yeah,
driver's
and so
mission
I'll just
was.
fucking
He
ignore
will
you
just
and leave you behind.
I'm gonna. Hey, Matthew, real quick. I want to step
I'll take Zill and Lily if I have to, like, as the only
you
people I go with.
no, just you do realize that if he finds out that if you just do this,
Can I just message you?
One second.
this is exactly the opposite of what he was ordered to do by his queen.
Yeah, okay, so, I mean,
So
it'll just be me, Zill, and Lily.
you go. All right.
The way
Does
it's
that,
set up, like somebody's personal goals are gonna conflict with what we end up doing, no matter what, basically. And it's
That's
either
fine.
Gonna be,
Fuck it.
it's
I'm
either
not
gonna be
participating
Pierce,
in
it's
this.
gonna be Connor, or it's gonna be Core, or like somebody.
Not participating
I
in
don't know
this.
how purposefully that made that be, but that's how it is. So I guess it's almost a matter of deciding who gets their goals like fucked over, and then like who doesn't.
I do have a suggestion. I have a contact in the north. Do you want me to try and get any information?
Yes,
as
yes.
generically
Yep,
as
whatever
possible
information you can.
before you do this?
Who, are you talking about your lab assistant?
Yes, he knows a lot more about the political climate than I do, and he might be able to inform us about
Please,
something.
please, for the
Yeah,
love of
let's.
We have a political informant. When did this-
Okay, guys. Above board. I don't know what the fuck your backstory is. Use it. Someone call Far. Like,
What's Far gonna do?
Part of mind, like mostly fucking destroyed.
It's getting better, actually.
Now, before I reach out to them, I need, first of all, this communication is over, essentially sending. Here's, sending. Is there any way to intercept a message or spy on them, as long as the person on the other side isn't being watched or something? Or can you even recognize what they're getting if the person on the other side doesn't talk?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. What do you want? We might need to hash out what I asked him.
You have a sending stone. Your limitations aren't so limited. You could keep on continually casting it.
I meant we need to hash out what I should not say, because we have information that is sensitive that we can't risk divulging. What's safe to ask about? What's not safe? Because remember, this is someone in the middle of Northern Territory right now. I do not believe they are compromised.
It's sort of my inclination to just grab Lily and Zill and slip out the back, and, like, Andromeda if she wants to come. which I doubt she does, but whatever.
Okay, I guess no information then. Oh well.
No, you need to.
Do your thing.
Yeah, like I got no info from you guys to ask about, so I have to figure out on my own what to not say and say.
I mean, don't say we're.
Well, I mean, we are still on the market for potential negotiating chips to offer to the King of the North. Ideally, stuff that doesn't help his ability to kill gods.
Any other things that other researchers are looking into, and so this is circle. Any things that we may have access.
That was one of the first computer games I ever played.
I challenged Sarah to a chess game I've been playing against her the entire night.
I think so.
Look,
See, it's only partially true. I've
Come
been
on,
playing
guys.
against Dominic and chess.
Come on.
So
Oh boy.
I called Sam to say,
hmm
hey,
That
Sam,
being said, I don't want to make a move at this point because I'm tired of chess. Because we've done 20 moves of
this
like
may seem like a
fucking
weird
nothing.
question again, but what do you know about the king?
very little. I've never met with him in person. If you're asking about personal experience, but
He funded our research. Do you know of any other? Have you met with any of the other assistants or researchers? Do you have any inkling of what else he's having research?
no, we hire our own people. We're the. I mean, we're not in charge, but we're pretty up there. We're usually the people doing the hiring and firing. So
Right, but then we would have information on what exactly we're researching.
yeah, we were meant to research the planes to sort of understand their nature.
Any other branches that the king has that you may know about? Because
Not within our department, no. Our focus. You're the one who started reaching out for this grant in the first place. You're the one who really wanted to reach out and figure out where we are in the cosmos. Why are you asking me this?
I'm asking this because I need to know what he wants.
I researched the planes as your buddy, dude. I don't know all this.
We could tell Odon Lockhart broke.
It's a card I don't want to play too quickly. Is the issue.
Wait a minute.
If he doesn't know this, I need to hold this over his head for
Wait a
something
minute.
in exchange.
Above board, guys, there is something we
And that would
territory. He wants money. There's a limited amount of land on this chunk.
What do you mean? Are you talking about the Starlights?
Oh.
Do we give him that knowledge?
Oh.
Oh wait.
The mirrored part of the material plane.
Could be in our alliance.
Well, he
Yeah.
still has to take it over, right? There's a whole mirrored civilization there, isn't there?
Still,
But we
give
would be
him that
responsible for
There's
giving.
dragons.
There's not only dragons, there's coal, money, iron, workforces,
There's
labor.
also metallic
It's a
dragons.
larger chunk of the material plane than the one we're currently in. If he wants prosperity for his people in terms of resources, and he has been researching the planes, then that is information that he probably wants.
Well,
Rock me, Amadeus.
Because even if he knows about it, he can't necessarily just
We can tell him about it, but we don't have to tell him.
And then he can start his own
but
little
some
research into how to
I
get
mean,
there
it's
once he knows
possible
about it.
to actually get any of the resources, which might not be possible for him to do.
But it's better than him.
So we're just basically enacting. You're suggesting gate essentially.
Sorry, are you talking about telling Ebor or are you talking about telling Odalin?
Odo, what's a face?
Just in the next few days, be very careful of anyone you meet.
Okay.
And just for the sake of my conscience, have a place to go that's not in the north. For the sake of my conscience, it's not necessary. Might not even come up. Just tell me you have a place.
No. Why would I?
Okay, do you know where I am in the Scarland?
No.
Good.
You know, you said you were going with the Platinum Order. How the heck am I supposed to keep track of that?
Wait, don't people not know where Drummond is?
What the heck
So
is
maybe
Drumbin?
somebody- I'm not saying it's just the board map.
No. Drumbin is really only known to the east and west currently. That being said, for whatever reason, Odalin seemed to be aware of it. But the majority of people don't actually know about Drumbin's existence. People who are in the Scarlands tend to stumble across Drumbin eventually and make their way there one way or another because it's a stable city in the Scarlands. But people in Frigalic, Ignace, or the City of Clouds, or sorry, the Kingdom of Clouds, don't typically know of Drumbin just as common knowledge.
They do know Lokar though.
Again, no. That is usually the leaders.
Okay.
Why would they know Lokar and not know of Drumbin?
So the leaders don't know where Drummond is, but they know Lokar is there somewhere.
They know Lokar exists, and they know he is in a city called Drumbin, and they have Actually, no. They have access to it. They know his teleport circle. So, yeah.
Okay.
To reiterate, Elestina and Vezra have access to his teleport circle. Or actually, no, you guys do. And they know generally, like, where Drumbin is. Anyway, go ahead.
If anything were to happen, Sebas, immediately contact me in the next few days.
All right.
Okay. Does anyone want to know about the thingy, guys?
What thingy?
You know what? I don't really give a fuck about their opinions right now. That's
So-
the board.
So, by the way, Tears, did you already send that? Fenrir.
Yeah, he's talking. Like, none of you can hear him.
Motherfucker, Discord.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm plugged into the Ethernet.
But,
Seriously.
I heard you. I heard you,
We
Fenrir.
heard you.
No,
I don't
Oh.
know if they did.
speaker was
Huh.
off, and no
Say
one's
again?
doing-
Yeah, so I'm waiting until I know that I can grab Lily, Zill, and actually, I think they're the only, and I guess Helena. Yeah, I think those three are the only ones who won't just try kill me for trying to do this.
I mean, I was more talking to Igor.
I am open to.
Yeah, but you're potentially an information leak. Alva needs to distract fucking Alpha, and Core's not going to be helpful.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of gonna need me to come along, unless you ultimately.
Yeah,
tell
you're
me.
right. Okay.
So what
I mean,
exactly
I
is
know the
your
most
plan?
about-
Yeah, when any of us plans, it doesn't go well. The short answer is I just want to ask him some questions.
Anything in particular, like what he's gonna do or what his plan is?
No, I'm more interested in the past.
Okay.
Let's stop talking about the past. No, let's focus on the past.
No.
So,
Okay, Alucard.
So, Andromeda, if there were theoretically a large chunk of resources that were not known to the king,
Do you know about this? Before you continue. But do you know how to access the other
I
material
don't
plane?
know how to access it. We do know that it exists.
Okay.
Lily can put two and two together though and realize that well, I wouldn't realize that, but I could at least
I mean, it's literally only.
You'd be aware that there's some way to get there.
You would probably believe that there's got to be some way to get.
a large amount of resources that weren't currently being utilized. And offered those up to the king in exchange for his cooperation. put that.
I mean, potentially, but are they your resources to give out?
Absolutely not.
And now we're in the Africa situation, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, what do you?
The great powers of Europe dividing up.
We got the joke, Ethan.
Also, Gate.
Yeah, we.
Oh shit, that's true.
Yeah.
I do know Gate, but I don't have any diamonds for it because we used them all.
No, not
No,
Gate.
he was referring to an anime.
I'm talking about an anime.
Yeah,
There's an anime called Gate that is literally what if a gate spell appeared in Tokyo.
All right.
What if the Japanese self-defense force was actually OP as fuck?
So now I know that Josh has watched that show.
Yeah, it's a good show.
That's good.
it is a good show. I wish they had continued it, but the
There are
manga
plans to
didn't have
continue it,
anything.
actually.
I'm honestly
What?
fine with it.
There are plans to continue it, though.
Good story, good ending. We don't need to stretch it way more.
The manga has continued going. Anyway.
So everyone's telling you there's no good options. I don't know what to do. No one knows what to do. That manipulative bastard doesn't have any weaknesses, and we're all stuck.
Well, wait. What do we think about the wealth of natural resources that only he would know about?
He'd probably go for it, but at the end of the day, that creates more. They're not necessarily my resources to give out, and I don't know if he'd be very happy about that.
Yeah.
I mean, we could give him information about the gods, but about the real nature of the gods, but I don't know if that's a juicy enough incentive. At the end of the day, we are in a very difficult situation with someone who is very manipulative and cunning, and I hate it. And yes, so
If this plane is gonna get destroyed, why don't we just
All-
just bring all the people?
Because
that we
there's millions of people out there who are
Right.
going to fucking die. if we
right.
don't
That's
stop
why
it.
we just bring the people that we like over to the other side.
Is there a place for millions of refugees to hide? Still,
We like them.
what do you mean?
We could just pick the people that we want to come over to the other side.
once again, for
Do
me,
you have
that-
any conception of caring about people you don't know about?
no. We've established that
This is
Zill
Zill. No.
Zilla only cares about people he knows the names of.
Yep.
To be fair, Zill, it won't matter in the end anyways if all of the planes get destroyed. It
But this
doesn't
was like-
matter where we are.
But what if this was like the blemished plane and it gets destroyed and the E-War is actually fixing everything? And then we want to be on the
That
other
is
side.
a huge leap in logic
You know,
that you've made,
still,
with no evidence to back it up.
you want to flee, if you just want to leave and find some plane that you think will be safe, you can.
If you ever find a way to travel to another plane, can you take me to one of them?
Oh, I know a way to travel to another plane.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What do you need?
They don't.
So
5,000 gold diamonds. To be fair, we can afford that. Just finding the diamond
Odon
might be
just
a problem.
doesn't. Odon doesn't.
We need to talk.
just. Odin doesn't
I
just
I
need to
just realized that no
conquer
one
the
needs
other
to-
land. He can form an alliance.
Me just in the background, like clearly not being remembered that I can go to other planes.
You can't go to the plane I need you to go to, though.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just like smug.
from my understanding, we've all agreed on nothing. And we've all have no ideas.
Okay, but what if? I mean,
Head
he doesn't have
empty.
to conquer the thing. He doesn't have to conquer the other plane. There are split planes. He can make a trade deal to get to resources.
He doesn't want to agree to a trade deal because it's not.
All right, fuck it. I'm casting sending.
All right.
Where, like, there
So, sending is a spell that has visual, somatic, and material components. Everyone would see you casting sending. How I'm not sure if the message is verbal. We could say it is or isn't. It doesn't really matter. Now I need to
Did he
roll.
share what the?
Yes, he.
So we know what he.
You know what he says.
No, I would have just walked outside. Like,
Okay.
this is fucking stupid. Get up, walk out in exasperation, and then just like, go a block or two away, and then just cast. Like, because I'm just irritated by everyone taking forever.
Fenrir.
Yeah.
This is a very important role.
For fucking what?
Sending working.
No. Sending worked.
Yeah.
Whether or not he actually does anything with it.
Well, it has a 5% chance to fail. But
I need you to
Mhm.
tell me high or low.
Fucking high, I guess.
Okay. That's cocked. Okay. Ebor responds, and this won't be strictly 25 words, but I'm just going to give you, because Ebor has the ability to cast Sendy as well, so we'll just say if he needs to use more, that'll make up the difference.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
And I'm going to speak in full sentences here, and we could just say it's condensed down to 25 or however many.
Yeah.
You seek answers on the past, then I'm willing to potentially acquiesce. I may be able to meet briefly, but not for long. You have 1 hour to be there, and if you're not there, I will be returning. Bring who you want. I'm not terribly concerned. But know that if you betray my trust, any future engagements will be conflict.
Safe to assume that I have the ability to respond.
No.
Doesn't Sending let you automatically respond?
That was his response.
Yeah, but if his response was over 25 words, he would have cast again.
It's true.
Which means that I would be able to respond.
Brief response back. Go ahead.
All right. Accept terms, no ill will from self, cannot speak for others, will attempt to fucking mitigate.
Okay. Go ahead. So, you're allowed to go back in?
Yep.
Bear in mind that teleport has a limit of 8 other people beside yourself?
Yep.
Will the thing happen where the adventuring parties got stuck south? Will that happen to us?
Where am I going to stop?
No,
He's
we're going
suggesting
somewhere else in
you're
the
going
park.
to the lab.
Yeah.
In like the wilderness?
No.
Yeah, so I'm going to...
There, I don't think it'll be terribly effective given the other magical effects at play here.
Yep, great. Lily, Elva, Helena, let's go.
Okay.
Like to
That's
go
all?
to-
No,
That's all.
because shut up.
Want more information about the planes.
Didn't ask, don't care, go fuck yourself.
I'm fine.
Okay, you really are leaning into Alvacar.
Fenrir, I ask you to pause for a moment.
It's fine.
Yo.
Just go.
This is sorry, yeah. In character, Tears is freaked the fuck out because she's pretty confident that a king who she's supposed to work with is trying to kill a lot of shit. So at this point, she's willing to defect solo.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's how this is.
You can bring everyone but 4 though, and it'd be fine, including Silver. Like you don't.
I don't trust that pile
You would
driver's
have to
gonna
leave
be.
Pile Driver as well because Pile
Who do
Driver
you trust
is.
and who do you want to bring? NPCs are on the board if you want to bring them along, if you think they'd align with you.
That's why I. All right, then I figure Andromeda would be fairly helpful. Elva because I need him to cast. Lily because I figure that she's at least close enough to inclined to work with me. Helena because honestly I need muscle if everything goes pear-shaped. Zill's probably helpful, much as I hate to say it.
Literally, okay, actually, why? I feel like it would be way more likely to fuck things up if piss Tabor off. No, like genuinely.
I mean, if nothing else, I can offer up Zill as a sacrifice.
You've got 2 more, I believe. You got 2
Okay.
more slots if you want them.
Ah, shit.
Do you want to
Or is that too much information?
That's probably going to be a whole thing.
If Andromeda's going, Blue's probably coming with.
Okay. All right, so only one more. I don't really have anyone.
So just to clarify,
Yeah.
Silver, you, Alva, Lily, Dominic, Andromeda, Blue, Helena.
Yeah.
Who's your last? Or
I'm
no
going to
one?
say no one. We need to have enough party to rebuild should all of us get killed.
Okay. So what do you tell them?
The people coming or the people staying?
Who do you talk to and what do you say?
I talk to everyone that I want to bring with. I let them know that we're about to, or that I'm about to do something really stupid, but there's information that I need, and I figure that they'd be helpful in the situation. I might be able to have, I might have a workaround. I mostly just need all of you to make sure that I don't die. For the North situation.
Do you want to share with them?
I love this campaign.
No, I don't. I need you to trust just once that I have an idea of what I'm doing.
Well, I do trust that you have an idea. I just want to know what it is.
It's a really bad one, which is why I'm not telling you.
You're not making me very confident.
We only have like 20 more minutes to get there. I don't know if that's accurate, but like we need to get there now. We really don't have time.
Question, do you want Drachmir there? Helena's going, so he'd be willing.
Would Helena want
Sure.
But do you think it's a good idea?
I'm not convinced it's a good idea, but I'm also not convinced that any of this is a good idea. I'm sort of caught between a rock and a hard place here, so like...
What do you want?
Okay, we better be real fucking close to like teleport out of there immediately, based on the way you're talking about this. If shit goes wrong.
Yeah, I'd say as long as all of you can get out, don't worry about me too much. But
Do
like...
you want Drachmir there? Yes or no?
I would say no.
It's Tears' decision to ask him.
It's his decision to ask. It's my decision.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I think that it would be helpful.
Alva? Based on what's been told to you so far, would you be willing to take Drachmir along?
I mean, so far I don't see any reason not to.
Oh,
But he's more like,
come on.
well, no, but he's more like freak out. And, well, okay, then that is a pretty good reason not to bring him along.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was like seeking Dropper, spying on him and shit, like we probably shouldn't bring him because we don't want him to learn anything about Dropper.
Let the adults talk. Yeah, I'm trying to convince you to pull triggers.
But it'd just be annoying.
No, leave someone behind when you teleport.
Can I do that?
That's not how that works. Is Drachmir going along? He's willing.
I think it would be.
You guys do stupid stuff all the time. And
I've also not filled you in the full details.
Well, yeah. What does Dropper think? How confident is he about being evil?
He doesn't know that.
When did I didn't tell anyone that that's where we're going.
no, he never mentioned Evor.
We were just told we were going somewhere to learn stuff about the past, and that's about it.
Well,
I guess we wouldn't. Yeah, no, we
yeah.
don't have a reason to.
That's, yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no.
Trickery cleric.
So, with that being said, I don't think you have a particular reason to say no to Drachmir.
So none of us know that he was gonna be there.
No, he hasn't mentioned that.
It's gonna be a surprise.
Surprise!
I feel like that's something that could be.
No. Based on what was said, I'd actually say no. He did a good job there. I want to give him this. So it's your call. Do you see any reason that Drakmir shouldn't come with.
I mean, if I somehow don't know Ebor's gonna be there, no.
But as far as he's aware, both Helena and Silver are going, so he'd probably want to go with.
All right.
Just to give you Drakmir's perspective. Okay, Drakmir, Helena, Silver, Tears,
Mhm.
Alva, Lily, Dominic, Blue, and Andromeda. Hold hands. The imagery of the lab around you completely disappears, and you guys, I'm not going to roll for it just for sake of convenience. I'm going to be nice this time.
Isn't there a teleport?
There's not a teleport circle there.
Yeah, but you grabbed something from the lab last time you were there.
I don't think you did, but either way, I'm going to be nice.
Well, either way.
Well, Lily has the notebook. Oh, well.
Either
I guess
way,
that
I'm going to be
doesn't-
nice. You guys make your way to the lab, and sitting inside is none other than the King of Decay himself, Ebor Dez, sitting on a chair, looking over one of the notebooks that Lily left here.
All right. I'm just gonna preemptively signal everyone to like lighten up, relax. I have an approximation of an idea what I'm doing. I just need all of you here in case something happens to me.
I think that's the one I got mustard stains in.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. The orange is a chemical.
Oh, I thought it was any list a yellow-colored liquid chemical that I don't know because I'm not a chemistry major.
Hi.
Hello.
You at a table right now? Or are there other chairs?
Sure, they're fire hazard. I sort of set them on fire at one point when I was
Okay, whatever.
Ebor quickly casts a spell, and just as you guys are about to jump, a table just sort of apparates from the ground.
Perfect. I going? Yeah.
Sure.
All right, guys. I'll be back since you guys aren't even. I'm not even in the area.
Yeah, you're gonna go ahead and eat
Yep.
dinner, or whatever it is.
Lily clutches
Yeah.
like blue
Mm,
ghost.
Yeah, just let me know who
By
died
now,
when I.
that no longer needs to be resummoned every day.
Yeah,
that's
just let
just
me
there.
know who fucking died and whether or not I care.
Okay.
Bye.
Yep.
I see, I think you're reading on the use of nitramines as potential synthesis method for novel explosives.
Yeah.
Okay,
Disappointed.
so I'm gonna sit down across from him because I assume that there's some seat
Yeah, there's enough
oriented.
chairs for everyone.
Sweet.
If
So I'm gonna
everyone
sit down across from Abor and just kind of like start massaging my my temples and be like, okay, so I really, thanks to a bunch of things that have come to my attention lately, I need to know what started the war. Because the solution that is being proposed is one that I don't think is to my benefit or the benefit of those I care about.
My solution actually is.
And that would be, I must admit, your warning was rather vague.
The elimination of this plane.
Yes, and what does that do to everyone in it?
They would be no more. Your family in the Feywild, however, would be fine.
I see.
Alternative option you would consider where maybe we don't all die.
Principally, there are ways to ferry people about, but
No, that's not an option. As you see
unfollow.
Ebor bring this up, he almost looks a little bit sad when he's looking at you, Lily.
Oh, okay, so you're
Yes.
Why?
Right, I don't follow.
He flips through your notebook and finds it gets to a bunch of pages with various calculations and hands it to you. This. And he points to a specific symbol. One representing the calculation of entropy.
Yes, that is a very important thermodynamic principle, and you can use it actually to calculate the gives free energy and use energy balances. And that really helps you with the kinetics and the rates of equations. It's very useful concept.
That is why I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Speeding up the progress of entropy towards the universe, it is not usually a very. I don't follow why you're doing that.
That's why this whole war started. Entropy. It's a thing that shouldn't exist.
But who started?
Well, we. I joke with my science buddies that I'm an enabler, given the fact that I work with them.
He stands up briefly and turns around. Lokar's right. Planes shouldn't be collapsing.
Okay.
This is the enabler.
This portion of
You're saying
Can I roll to understand, like, is it my writings or is it his?
It is your writing.
Okay. Can I roll to try to, like, do some sort of insight check?
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight.
okay.
Yes.
I'm flash geniusing it.
Fine.
You get advantage and a D6, I believe.
And I get advantage. Cool.
That may only be.
So that'd be a 30-20.
Okay.
Yeah, you also get a
With a
So I
20.
get a D6.
With a 20.
24.
With a 24. With a 24, you still can't entirely comprehend what he's saying, but he did mention that Lokar is correct in some way, that the planes shouldn't be collapsing, and that somehow entropy is what's causing it. Which, at the end of the day, kind of makes sense to you. Of course entropy would cause the collapse of the planes. So why shouldn't the planes be collapsing? At the end of the day, it's a cyclical sort of problem that you can't fully wrap your head around.
When this plane gets completely annihilated, I assume you go with it.
Maybe, maybe not. But it's for the best.
And your dragon, those two, along with everyone you've ever known, me and everyone else on this plane.
Unfortunately.
And you see no potential alternative solution here. None whatsoever. Then just destroy everything. Yay.
to save all the other planes.
Correct.
How does that?
Right. What I'm kind of hung up on is that, for reasons unknown to me or really anyone, something is happening to my family in the Feywild. They're all
It's
in
the very
grave.
same thing. It's all connected. Tears. It all comes down to this symbol. This horrid symbol that shouldn't exist.
Well, without the concept of energy, people can't digest food. Without the concept of entropy, people can't really get work done, do anything. Order comes from this part. And yes, it is very dangerous, and there is plain nonsense going on and all that.
At this moment, silence is cast in the room specifically to cover Lily. The rest of you are able to talk, but it's sort of like where the edge of the sphere is covering Lily.
What I still don't
That's
get.
my problem. That's what I must get rid of.
Right. So it's this segment of
Destroying the plane
planes that's the issue. Is there not a way to safely recombine it with the other?
Unfortunately, no. And that he's looking rather solemnly at Lily.
Uh-huh. So, and this is a corollary question. If we were all to just be somewhere else when this plane goes down, would we still be...
Then all of my work would have been for naught.
So it's us that need to be deleted.
Not you specifically.
Everything originating on the material.
On this part of the material plane.
I don't
Lily,
understand how that.
Lily and Chen in particular.
So
Okay.
Lily and Shen need to die.
And anyone who share their ideology, yes.
Theology of not
Being...
destroying the
Of entropy.
Wait, is this some sort of the idea has power because people think it's their thing? Does that mean that we're birthing a new god? Or, I suppose, preventing the birthing of a new god?
pretty sure by destroying the world.
Wouldn't it
But
just...
I think that increases the amount of it.
And unfortunately, you now find yourself among my list.
Smart people go burger.
Above board, that's not how anything works ever in terms of like other.
So if we're creating a new god, does that mean that we're still going to have to finish that pamphlet?
This plane, why not the others?
Because your concept of entropy shouldn't exist on the others.
So we go spread the word.
So what's gonna happen?
I'm still hung up on the new god thing.
Say again?
What's gonna happen if
I'm
we
s-
don't destroy this world? Like, what would happen? Would all of reality just end, or like, what are you trying to stop?
You've already described to me what's been happening. The shattering of Bitopia. Above board, you guys did mention that to him, correct?
There you go.
No, retcon that. Sorry, I thought I might be mixing up a conversation that happened with Lokar versus a conversation that happened with Ivor. Because I thought you guys brought that up to him when he was delivering the chair. I might have been mistaken.
This gives me big Thanos energy. Oh, if we stab half the population, that'll get rid of overpopulation issues. When really you just destroy the supply chains that make the fucking food. Ah!
No, Thanos doesn't work, but mine actually makes sense.
No, it doesn't. You stupid.
It really doesn't.
Mm-mm.
My dude, that's not what a false vacuum metastability event would do. And even if it were what a false vacuum event would do, you're not stopping it by causing a smaller one. Like,
See, what I don't understand is like what this plane in particular is like. What's bad about it? Is entropy works differently here? I am honestly confused.
No, you're on the bad list.
are we creating a new god or not?
Dude, it has been like 6 years since I last did physics or anything science. You have to go look up what the fuck entropy is again.
Like, Tears is just in the background now, just like very focused on trying to figure out all the fucking pantheon of implications in this. Like,
So let me rephrase that.
Versus entropy started the war. It's like, oh, sir, how did you kill that man? The entropy did it. In court.
And core? What the
No,
fuck?
in
Yeah,
court.
some thermal energy for
So
conversion to
he
material.
doesn't actually say
Is it because of
about
all
the
the magic
shattering of
that's in the
Bitopia.
ground?
I'm
That's the only
retconning
thing I
that
can think of.
because he wouldn't know.
Wait, what were you saying, Caitlin?
I can only think of magic that's in the ground that's not going anywhere. That's the only thing I can think of. In reading the physics definition of the entropy.
Yeah.
Non-stuff.
Anyhow.
I kill people. with
Well, Sarah, trust me when I say this makes sense.
Sir, it's a simple case you know.
Does it make sense in your head or does it make sense to other people?
It's like
Because there's a
Trust
difference.
me when I say I am not jumping the shark here.
I don't know. I'm stupid, so you're gonna have to explain this a lot in a lot smaller words.
Entropy
I have a master's degree. I'm stupid.
All you need to know in the chat, Caitlin, and War of Dragons General. That's all you really need to know about how fucking stupid he is.
Interesting. It's a good thing he's not human anymore.
See the definition of entropy, like his existence.
See, that's what I
Uh-oh.
suggested, and then he put me on the fucking list. So.
Uh-oh. Seems like Core and Pile Driver can make it, man. All of your
They
thinking
turned
too
the whole
hard.
plane into a giant crystal, basically.
Remind me, Chen did acknowledge that he met Chen, right?
Who?
Ebor. No? Shoot.
Yeah, because we
That
only
makes this-
met him when we went into the North.
Josh was across the
that
makes
this explanation harder. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then let me go from this standpoint. The energy that exists across the plane should be in a no loss state. Entropy should not exist in the calculations of the planes. However, this plane has started to change that. By virtue of its existence, it is putting the other planes at risk.
Wait, sorry. Say why it's putting the other planes at risk.
By
again?
virtue of its existence.
Yeah, but why is its existence dangerous?
There's power in written and believed word.
Go on.
It's not something that could be explained so simply. Yeah, there's power in belief.
What is the problem belief?
Ordinarily nothing. But when that belief leads to an inevitable destruction, then you have a problem.
Okay, so what belief is it that is causing the problem?
What is the fundamental rule of your so-called entropy? That energy is lost.
And entropy increases.
What? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This man doesn't know the law of conservation of energy, huh?
No, Ebor's just a dumbass who flunked high school is the problem here.
What if he's actually unironically, what if Ebor
The law of entropy is basically that energy is going to be lost from the system of encompassing everything, right?
that's
Ebor's
More or
the
less.
breed of white
I mean,
person
maybe. I'm not an engineer, but
The law of
that's not my
entropy is that the universe proceeds to its most stable state.
Right.
Does not necessarily
like right now you have
exactly
some
what you're
parts
saying.
of the universe.
But more or less, its most stable state is a continual loss of energy.
I don't think that's true. Like energy is conserved, right?
You know what? Ebor has the energy of that breed of white person that's like extremely stupid, but in this fruit hillbilly magic, figure out some of the most insane bullshit that nobody else in the world can figure out. Through straight hillbilly magic, he figured out how to be a lich, but he's a complete
Okay,
dumbass.
pause for a moment.
Yeah, wait, genuinely, what if Ebor is literally just wrong and he's just like gonna destroy this plane over like nothing?
Pause for a moment. Above board for a moment. Entropy kind of states that, like, law of entropy basically states that the universe, yes, will proceed to its most stable state. But that stable state is the state with the least energy.
Yes.
Mad.
Now that does not thermodynamic. Do you know what thermodynamics is?
Yes.
What does thermodynamics state?
Which law?
The second.
Second law of thermodynamics. That's the one with entropy included, right?
What does conservation of energy mean to you?
Energy is maintained within a system, can't be created or destroyed.
Correct. So what Ebor is currently trying to say is that somehow energy is being destroyed everywhere, and that's what entropy is, which is why I want to shoot that man in the head.
No, what? Okay, I see where you're going. No, what he's saying is that energy is being dispersed to a point where it shouldn't be.
Isn't that like impossible to
Is that
avoid?
all?
Yeah, it's going into its fucking phylactery.
Is it?
Dumbass.
Well, Aaron, is that obvious?
So
Is that-
here's what I'm taking.
No,
away from
he's
this.
just dumb and knows resorting to Twitter.
Here's what I'm taking away. From
I gave a bit of a bad explanation there. I
Here's
apologize.
what I'm taking away.
Just check Noah Rants.
His
Twitter's
problem
that
is that because of the existence of this secondary chunk of the plane that is speeding up the rate at which they approach their equivalent of the heat death of the universe, basically.
Correct.
But
So do all the other planes? Oh, sorry. Go.
so because of this fracture in the fundamental structure of how this space-time continuum, whatever, is held together, that is speeding the rate at which everything turns to dust.
Correct.
So his solution is to make it turn to dust quicker. That is his
And
solution.
so if our plane is the only one that is causing entropy to like increase, then like just every other plane have perpetual motion machines.
And his
Yeah, by his own logic, they would.
No, that's actually a real question.
Like, entirely above board. By his own logic, yeah, he's just a complete fucking moron. Like, yeah, sure, okay, reality will have some growing planes as energy dissipates to where it needs to, but eventually it will stabilize.
like legitimately in chemical reactions, not even mass is technically conserved in chemical
No,
reactions.
definitely not.
Or the mass of atoms due to physical chemistry. Like
Yeah.
there are fundamental forces. So if you want to make any chemical, you need entropy to do so.
Absolutely.
So he's arguing that magically entropy only exists in this tiny chunk, and by blowing it up to make entropy dust that spreads over the universe, it will magically stop going towards the heat death of the universe.
No, his logic is that the people who figured out that entropy is a thing are the problem, and you need to shoot them so that no one else knows about entropy, and that saves everyone.
Oh shit, he's part of the Ordo Malleus.
You know, like,
Is he a Scientologist?
You know what I'm saying?
Ordo, what? No, fucking Warhammer shit.
Where children hold on to metal cans and you get rid of them. Most crystal forms exist at the lowest energy state, and yet they are still in ordered structure. So entropy can work to actually create things too.
I know.
Fucking stooge.
I know.
I'm gonna break your goddamn TV. I'm sorry.
Noah's.
This is making me
It's Noah's, don't break it.
Would you believe the entire point of this plot twist was to infuriate all of you?
Yes.
Good.
no.
Because
Entirely. Okay, so now I just... Okay, part of me honestly wants to just fuck off to the Feywild or something and just let the bastard see if he's right. Like, because he's too fucking stupid to be alive, and I don't want to deal with the North. So, like, part of Tears is about to just say, fuck it, I'm out, peace.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of like if for months you're working hard to like broker this complex peace deal and you're grinding and you do paperwork for months and then you go to talk to the peace deal with the dude in charge and he's like, yeah, I don't believe in vaccines.
No, it's you cut down too much trees and make all this paper to sign a peace deal on, so I'm not doing it.
Oh yeah, no, you cut down a tree once. You're a fucking oil bear.
Fucking honest Abe looking ass.
Yeah, no, but it literally this is a fucking Garrett anti-vaxxer. He saw a post on Facebook once that entropy will kill us all.
Oh
and
my
he just-
God.
I think that is like the actual explanation.
He
I think
definitely-
he's wrong and he's gonna destroy the universe.
He definitely sends minion memes on his fucking sending sounds.
All right, cool. Can we get back to the actual explanation?
It's take me a few... Actually, no, I'm gonna need like 5 minutes to make a drink stiff enough to help me wrap my brain around this special level of fucking stupid.
I've only drink.
So, because I'm kind of the driving force on this one, y'all gonna need to take a few. Holy mother of Jesus.
But it's just like it does have very Thanos energy to be where
I
it's
think
like,
Cora
if I
had
can
the right
pop the
idea.
rocket
Blow them
laser,
both up.
Yeah,
As I
if I
said
can
in-
see everyone's dead.
So,
as I said in Discord,
by the way,
He's gonna wild out when he
so
figures out when he
for
gets
hey, shush. The explanation he's been giving isn't finished yet.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
you've basically gotten half the picture. Are like, oh yeah, he's wrong.
Well, it says like that.
He
Like
stopped talking and said, "You're dead now." So I mean,
this guy says energy is lost. Like so.
A
we
lot of
debate-
science talk.
I don't know.
No,
Okay. God.
he's not.
I just can't. I just can't. I just really can't. I did not stay up till 4 every single day.
Sarah,
this
you know what
week.
the best part of this is? You're gonna have to write notes about all of this and show me later because I am intentionally not remembering anything here, so I'm not there.
I'm experiencing a rapid heat death
So-
of my soul.
Yeah, no, if this is the twist, I would have never seen it coming.
Yeah, man. Good to like fucking shitty science.
Unironically,
What
I
twist?
think that entropy, completely unironically, I think the thing that I said earlier about perpetual mushroom chains, I think that other planes not having entropy decrease or increase would actually be like really cool because it would explain how they have like eternal fires, like the plane of fire and stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like that might actually be the explanation,
Yeah, but okay.
So,
and that would work actually. I mean, for the plot that you want to go.
Eternal fires could just mean that there is some sort of chemical reaction underneath the surface of the plane that is constantly producing methane. to fuel
But where
life.
does that come from?
Or
Okay, well, that could
apple
be the case
that.
too. That could be the case too.
Look,
But where
all
does that
of my
come from,
research
Lily?
on the
Some
on
large
this
core of
fantasy
stored
world-
chemical that seems perpetual and eternal until it freezes over.
All of the research that I've done in this fantasy
That-
world has led to the point that perpetual motion machines actually exist, and that's how the planes
sometimes.
work. So really, in lore sense,
You
he
know what?
works like
God's real.
out of
Entropy
lore
is
sense.
bad.
I don't know what's going on. I don't
Yeah.
want to know anymore.
Yeah.
The entropy thing actually works though, because it actually gives Igor like a good reason to want to destroy the material
Yes,
plane.
it does.
so
I'm
This is
I'm
my-
giving you lore, man.
You're not giving me lore. You're figuring out the lore.
Even if entropy doesn't exist outside of other planes, exploding the one plane with entropy and creating entropy dust that leaks into the other planes.
But it'll stop it. It'll like save all the others because it'll
How-
stop things from
how-
happening. Material plane
Mason.
uses up all.
Entropy dust is just gonna go into there and do nothing.
Mason,
I didn't
Mason,
follow up.
look, Mason, this was the start. This was the material plane. It was split in half. He's suggesting that the split in half caused this one place to malfunction that's breaking everything.
Wait, I feel like
If you remove the half, you're left with half of the material plane, not the original state, which was a perpetual motion.
No, that's not what he's saying.
That is what he's saying. He's blowing up half of the plane.
Right.
I thought he was saying like both.
That
No,
doesn't return
just the one.
everything to the original state it was in. You're missing something.
It's like, if you had an
Noah,
arc with
Noah,
gangrene,
turn it off.
or if you had like an arm with fucking the plague and you blew it up and you got covered in plague juice and everyone around you got covered in plague juice, did that stop the plague from spreading?
Well, maybe he's not just like blowing up the world. Maybe he's like just deleting it somehow.
He selected it and is pressing control delete.
Like it's a universe that's eating up. It's like spending all this energy and stuff, and he's
And
just,
then
and it's just like
still
you're getting
left
rid of
with
it.
half a plane.
So wait, what if we just like
That's
celebrate?
actually the big issue. Someone asked him.
He seems to think that this universe or that this plane is like a fucking Google Chrome tab. Like,
Yeah,
He's like, oh, the Rams didn't eat enough too much. Like that.
it's like the material.
honestly, it's a good thing that
Sarah.
Igor's a lich already because he would forget to breathe.
Sarah.
This absolute fucking
Sarah.
smooth brain.
Oh, yeah.
Sarah,
I'm very sorry for getting loud.
Sarah, you need to realize this is a fantasy setting.
Yeah.
The coefficient of friction across his brain is negative. Like, this dude is so absolutely fucking dense that he makes the material at the heart of a black hole look like the intergalactic medium.
Sorry for getting loud, everybody, and for derailing things. And for getting heated. My apologies.
No, you're supposed to get upset about this. It's okay.
Come on. Okay. See, Matthew, I follow you completely with all the research I've done in character that this makes sense to a certain extent.
Yes.
Get to the point where he's trying to solve it. His method of solving it does not make sense to me. What he's saying about entropy shouldn't be, like, it shouldn't exist in this universe. I follow. His solution is dumb. It's not going to work.
Here's the explanation. You ready?
Yes, I'm not ready because I'm not there actually, so I can't be ready. Go ahead.
I love you guys just staring at me, just like, oh, I can't wait to hear this. No, Matthew actually has a plan here. A long time ago, nearly a millennia ago, a being sprouted into existence that shouldn't have existed.
Oh, I think it's a being.
Being.
Thing, not a magic being.
It's a silly thing. I wonder who that is.
It was the original King of the North. Or who would eventually become the original King of the North. They seemed nice at first. This was a bit after I had found Barantaris. But I had quickly come to find they held sinister intentions.
All right, that sounds like the North so far.
They're the origin of the concept of entropy in this particular plane. Breathe, cope.
Okay. How did he bring entropy into existence?
Because he was, for lack of a better term, an avatar of its conception. I don't quite understand how he came about in the first place. But the fact of the matter is, he existed and started to spread that ideology. Certain people started to take to it, myself included to an extent, and for a brief tidbit of time.
Is it an ideology?
Ideology, belief, call it what you want.
Instead of just the way the world works?
At this point, this world, yes. However, the planes at large, no. That's starting to leak in. Thankfully, this avatar got caught in Lokar's net, whether intentionally or no. So just eliminating this part of the material plane should suffice.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Why?
Silence is off.
So why not? And that's why the war's been going on. You've been trying to destroy the North, but it's not been working.
Correct. Eventually,
I mean,
two other dragons joined the fray, and their progeny eventually continued their fight. At the end of the day, this has all been for the persistence of the planes at large.
On your part or on
I gotta be honest, this makes way more sense than anything I've heard from the North, and it seems like it would, in theory at least, be easy enough to get the West and the East to actually just be like, yeah, all right, fair enough.
No,
You're
Shaq,
asking them
right here.
to be willing to commit mass suicide.
No, not the killing each other off part, or I mean, killing themselves off part, but I mean, definitely the killing off the North part. I'm down with that.
Wait, Ivor, so if the reason that entropy is...
Lily, are you upset?
Wait, okay, Matt. So if so I'll ask you more. If the reason that entropy has become a problem isn't due to something inherent in the material plane, but due to something that arrived here, then can't we just take care of whoever that is and whoever their supporters are?
It's not that simple. You came to me with the understanding that entropy was a given thing that exists. That thought is not exclusive to you. The thought and idea has permeated throughout society and the North and beyond.
Just tell people that it's false, because it seems to be the case.
Do you believe me in the first place?
That the other planes don't have to deal with entropy increasing? Yeah.
Then you are one of few.
It should be easy. You just have to show them.
The other planes are all of reality. Yeah.
People don't even know either way. They don't have an opinion. They're just like poor peasants and stuff who aren't very educated. Never would have even heard the wrong thing to begin with. They just have no opinion.
What are you typing so furiously? I kind of want to see them. I want to know how mad she is.
Or it might just be the more interesting parts of the Look Our Ebor fanfic.
Actually, yes.
It's the Ebor fanfic?
He's on page 11. It's getting real steamy.
Got a little hole.
Chat, it's up in general somewhere.
Mm.
So Lily's gonna raise her hand. Just go.
So, just so I'm aware, everything I know about science is wrong, and even though you promised that the people who sided with you would be fine, they're all going to die anyway.
Not everything you knew about science is wrong. Some of your work is immaculately correct. However, there is a matter of substitution that you're missing. Magic more often makes up for the energy that you are attributing to entropy by believing that it's being converted to entropy rather than latently being transferred to another form. You are by the way the universe is interpreting your belief and the belief of others at large, you are unintentionally resulting in the decay of everything. Wish spell is a perfect example for how finicky the universe is and how, in a way, entropy is, in reality, a constant in the universe, but not in the way that you think. The universe chooses the path of least resistance in order to fulfill a mage's whims, the gods as well. However, when a bunch of people start pushing against that enough, it starts to crack.
You didn't answer the other half of that question, where all of the people you promised will be okay, and your little join me or die speech will actually die.
Wouldn't it have been easier to...
Oh my fucking god! Discord!
I would think that that's just a lot easier logistically.
Could you repeat what you just said?
Genuinely, why did
Wouldn't it just be easier to, like, normal kill everyone? Like, there's gotta be a few gods who have a bone to pick with most of this reality anyway.
So we'll just kill everyone who thinks that entropy must increase, and then it'll be fine?
I mean, it still sounds like bullshit that that's even a thing, but, you know, whatever.
I guess so.
I would just like a
I mean, just, you know, magic just kind of fucking vibes. Don't think about it too hard.
just like a confirmation, though, that the promise you made over your threat of join or die is in fact invalid. That those followers who join you in the South will die anyway based on your own plans. If you succeed. Just be honest.
Unfortunately, yes.
So what you're saying is my actions over the next 50 days have no real consequence to you because I'm going to die anyway. And we're all going to die anyway. Which means that I can be as reckless and stupid as I want. I can eat those nachos. I can eat those lemons and nachos together. Research entropy to my heart's content because I'm going to die in 50 days. Nothing matters. We're all going to die.
Unless you have an alternative.
I mean, can we just go kill the king in the north? Would that help?
That is an option.
Well,
It's a start.
I mean, if it's an option.
so Igor, you can talk to everybody in the world at once, as we've seen. So why not just find a way to tell them that, like, actually they don't have to listen to entropy, and so the plane can be saved.
Because they would
Why
think
not
you're
just
about to be a loon.
Well, you would.
Why not just tell them that if they kill the king in the north, that you'll just not destroy everything?
I mean, hell,
Don't
you
you
could even
still
talk
win?
about like. You could even talk
Like-
about like magic.
Yeah, no, you can just be like, nah, it's because of this one dude in particular. Fuck that guy. Like, that seems easier.
Yes.
That seems like a way easier solution to your
Experiment
problem.
of such.
Wait, Fenrir, could we solve this by killing one person?
Potentially.
I mean, I'm inclined to try anyway.
Are you talking to the king of the north?
Yeah,
Or
I feel like you just want to kill him anyway. It's like regardless.
yeah,
yeah. Oh no, I want to kill the guy who wants to kill my entire family.
Not saying you don't have any reasons.
in the scientific community, theories come and go. The Bohr model of the atom, the concept of the geocentricity of the planets. There are many theories that come and go and get disproven. The people who disproved the Bohr model of the atom never blew up the fucking plane. You could go around and try using words and convince people using math that this is how things are. Instead of condemning everyone you've ever known and loved to a fate unknown and deadly.
Is there time for me to do that?
To kill the king in the north? I mean, yeah, definitely. I'm sorry, you got me thinking about regicide.
You try. You sort of not give up and condemn yourself to this explosions. I normally go for the explosion flavor, I'm gonna be honest. This is the one time I'm not. But it just is baffling to me that your instinct here is that the problem that needs to be solved with people's thoughts and ideologies to get rid of the people. Aren't there people on this plane that you care about? People who will miss you?
Absolutely.
And you're away over a disagreement with scientific principles?
That's insane.
That's why I tried to spare Lokar from all this when I disintegrated him.
Wasn't sparing him.
Is he more Lokar's
Stole
alive?
what's trapped on this plane and still is.
His soul should have left his body, and he should have been free to.
No, we've messaged him from beyond the grave. He is trapped on this plane, cursed to watch it crumble.
That is unfortunate.
And your soul will be too. Watching everything you love die in front of you and turn to ash as the time goes on forever.
That's been the case for over a millennia. Your news isn't new to me.
It still seems like it'd be easier to kill the one dude.
Nothing to worry about.
My death is, or my undeath rather, me being bound to this plane. Lokar didn't agree with my ideology, with my ideals, with the lengths I was willing to go to.
Igor, why not just wait? Why 50 days? Isn't this not going to be a problem for like billions of years?
don't know when it'll become a problem because of the rapid expansion of it. Is from what I'm understanding the issue. But instead of putting a band-aid or trying to give a stitch when you have a wound, he's trying to chop off the wound.
When you deal with an infection, when you deal with necrosis, you cut off the rotten flesh.
The last resort. Antibiotics exist.
Necrosis means the skin is already dead.
Well, I guess we definitely did have different levels of optimism in terms of this situation. I'm going to die in 50 days anyway. Sure, not going to go down. I'm going to fight for the reality of this plane still exists so I can still eat my aunt's goddamn cookies in 51 days. So I can still see the smiling faces of my loved ones. I'll make whatever fucking deal or research that needs to happen for this all to be stabilized. But I'm not giving up and just going to lie down and die like some people. And I don't think you should either. I don't think you should just be content with the destruction of everything. Hasn't there been a single moment of your undead existence that actually brought you genuine joy? A single moment where you looked onto the beautiful leaves or the breeze in the air, or sniffed the mist on the wind, and actually enjoyed yourself?
Are you absolutely sure that this is going to work how you want it to?
So you're going to take a chance to save everything without trying to fix it in another way. Give it up.
And related to that, are you sure that not doing this is going to work out exactly how you think it's going to work out?
You tell me. You were wandering through the plains. Do they
Right.
seem stable?
I mean, the Feywild and the fuck, I forget its name. Where Azeroth is. Yeah, the Feywild and the Shadowfell seem fine.
What about
You
the
know,
rest?
aside from the family issue in the Feywild.
Communications of things were actually becoming more stable. They got bad for a little bit, but it got better. There are people fighting that war. Stabilize things.
They're fighting against something that they don't know.
Still fighting.
Okay.
Still trying.
The difference between them and me is I know what I'm fighting.
No, the difference between them and you is you give it up.
Quite the opposite.
You've given up on your own survival. 1,000 years could make someone feel.
If I had given up on my own survival, I would have turned Demi-Lich long hence.
I'm just saying there's an alternative solution. You can actually not be in the middle of a war and use all of those resources towards research and towards figuring things out. You can try to convince people with words. You can make atonements for the death and destruction that has happened over this millennia. You can try.
You asked me if I had once felt genuine joy or emotion since I turned undead.
I just meant in general, to be honest. But sure.
Not until recently.
Okay.
The loss of sensation is rather overbearing at times, but it is nice to see people who are willing to take my words at face value for once. Everyone assumes I have the worst intentions for them.
Because he does.
Well, it's not gonna matter in 50 days. We will all be dead. So you know what?
Yeah, it's less the death part and more the destroying the souls part that's concerning to me. Isn't that going to piss off, like, all the gods?
Souls won't be destroyed. They'll go to where they are meant to.
So what happened at
Oh.
Loki will happen to all of them.
So they're just going wherever they're going. You're just,
You just don't care.
and you've made sure of that because again, seems like one to be really sure of when you're dealing with gods, who are, in the case of at least a few, kind of.
In a manner of speaking, it's a reset button.
Couldn't you just mass mind wipe everyone?
Yeah, that actually sounds a lot easier and would.
Like, I have definitely gotten into many situations where I do not remember what happened for like a 3 or 4 week period. Like, and I know how to make that happen. So, like, could you maybe just do that in a really big scale? You're gonna need some fancy greenhouses, but like with, you definitely have enough magic to make that happen.
Yeah, you could, if you decided to work with the other kingdoms, you could have the combined force of the whole planet to work on that problem. It could be done.
You're also gonna need a lot of bards if you're gonna do it right, because like, yeah, you're gonna want music for this.
You've given me a lot to think about.
Well, you haven't really given me much to think about, considering the fact that I'm dead, pretty much. I'm on your death list, I'm on your kill list, I'm gonna die in 50 days. But you know
Just
what?
starting.
I am a great host, and I have taken possession of this lab temporarily. So you know what, Igor? As my last act of goodwill towards you, before I probably am dying relatively soon, have a plate of cookies for my aunt. And she aggressively pulls out cookies from her bag of holding, slams them down on the table, and pushes them towards him. Eat up!
As much as I'm sure they're delicious, I will gain no pleasure from them.
Oh no, I do not care. Eat a cookie.
Right, okay.
He looks down at himself. I physically can't.
Yeah, she's just gonna be like this. It's easier for everybody. Like, I want to go back to the partying and forgetting things, and probably,
You
just
see him
toppling
take a
dinosaur.
cookie and puts it in his mouth and subtly cast disintegrate on the cookie to make it look like he ate it.
Because according to you, there's no alternative solutions whatsoever, and we're all going to die. Everyone deserves to be miserable and joyless and to just poof out of existence. None of us
You should definitely try the getting everyone wasted thing first, though.
Here's my problem with 50 days. 50 days from now is when the barrier between the planes will be the weakest they've been in over a millennia. It may be the solstice, yes, but it's also a celestial alignment. Not only are the planets aligning, but so too are the planes.
Okay.
The barriers between the planes will be incredibly thin.
Right, but if it's a people being stupid issue, that shouldn't be too much of a problem.
If I so chose, I could probably escape from here.
Okay.
Which means so could they. Wherever.
Who's they?
Honestly, above board, couldn't they? I know I'm not here, but couldn't they just merge the planes back together?
No, we've already established that he thinks that won't work.
Okay, well, I don't think.
Pretty much the King of the North is the problem.
The original King of the North, who died a long time ago, but he's about to explain why it's still a problem. An avatar of an idea does not so simply die, especially when that idea has continued beyond their death. In a similar nature to how gods exist by virtue of their ideology being believed in. Death is not so simple for an idea.
So, the current avatar of entropy. Entropy isn't the exact right word, I suppose, but I'll use it for lack of a better term. Exists somewhere on this plane.
Okay.
Trapped, just like myself and Lokar. Evidently. They chose to. Within 50 days, they could probably escape.
Couldn't you wait? You've put up some kind of spell that kind of traps everything that's currently in the south in the south. Couldn't you just do that for the entire plane for the duration of the um, solstice and everything aligning, and then let it kind of lapse in time?
Yeah, you could prevent it spreading out, and then the only
Like,
and then what would
I
happen
mean,
is the material plane would doom itself, but everywhere else would be fine.
Maybe.
because this whole idea seems like kind of weird. Because I mean, I've at least attempted to play with like the, rope darts and meteor hammers and stuff that we have at the monastery, and yeah, you're not losing any energy with them. It's just kind of going into the, well, usually my head, but supposedly the thing that you're trying to hit. Like, it's just going somewhere else. It's not being lost.
At the very least, it would set off the time in which they could transfer over for quite some time.
Right, which would give you time to be, like, honestly, just hunt the guy. And you could probably really reduce how many random other people you kill in the process. Reduce
As simple as hunting down one person.
What are you talking about? People do that shit all the time. I can't go into like 4 or 5 different cities in the north.
Scientific minds that it's a different force than it just holds a few lectures and symposiums in the south.
Yeah, honestly, you might as well just create like the greatest university in the entire world. Honestly, you probably could, and this seems like it'd give you the chance to do that, fix the problem, and in time help create a way to prevent this problem from ever coming back anywhere. Like, honestly, I'm telling you, it'd probably work.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Right now, we have a lot of potential routes that we could take to end the war. And there are very few that end well for you.
What are you talking about? Just destroy the north.
That is an option. And we
I'm telling you, I think it's the best option.
Thank you, Fenrir.
But in that sense, you are making it very hard to convince other people to work with security. Especially when I relay the information that your promise of safety is a complete lie.
Or you could just change the thing that you're going to do to trapping everything here for the, I don't know, the duration of this alignment. And that gives you time to work out a bunch of other options. I mean, you could. It sounds like it'd be pretty easy, all things considered, for you to prove yourself right on the. That. Sorry, I'm more magic-y. And even then, it's all nature-y stuff. So, like, I can't explain it. It's all intuitive. But, so, like.
That's not sort of incarnation of entropy is. You're going
But, I mean, trap it here. If it's going to be a problem, it'll still destroy this reality, but, at least, and it still won't destroy the other one, but shit, if nothing else, you won't have it on your conscience.
With that, with it being trapped here with you.
I mean, it's kind of trapped here already. And truthfully, if it seems like between Well, I was gonna say between all of our random stupid that seems to just kind of work because at least there's got to be at least one god that I'm not related to who finds our antics entertaining. Between that, the fact that you're probably the most intelligent non-god being, period, and you know, resources and stuff, and the fact that it kind of sounds like the North started all this shit. I mean, I'm failing to see how anyone really stands to lose. Because, like, our options are die in 50 days definitely, or die in some, 50 plus some number days maybe. Like, and if we can stop this thing, then, and well, yeah, you can kind of make sure that it never happens again. And presumably create, I mean, I would think that being someone who likes to create and find knowledge and all that, there's so many, there'd be a bunch of stuff that would be appealing to you to if we can just sort of trap this thing and kill it here instead of destroying the entire world to kill it. Because, like, yeah, that'd work. It's like the time that I burned down a shack I was in because of all the bugs. But that still wasn't great for me. Like,
I'll think it over. You will hear from me again.
All right.
Just so you are aware, if you decide to go full plan A, kill everyone thing, I'm not going to go very quiet.
I wouldn't expect you to.
Oh, and if you do decide to go with plan A, kill everything, I have a very nice present for you. And Lily holds up the jar of fists. Puts it back in her barrel.
Lily's a sniper confirmed.
With this, Ebor eventually leaves. Oh, he leaves the book on the table. Yeah. Okay. All right.
He's just gonna look around like, wait, did that actually fucking work?
So a lot of information was gained as to the past and how this all started.
I'm gonna confirm flow car. I feel like there's another set of the story we're not sharing.
Definitely, and that's something for next week. Because I'm exhausted, especially with all the tech issues I've been dealing with today.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, holy shit. And I want to point out, this is not a YouTube thing. This is an our internet thing. Interestingly, YouTube has actually had less frame drops and has been recording like the entire fucking time, and also been really fucking good at just perpetually like stitching the stream together. Like, whenever the stream just ended and went back, it stopped, it just cut to the next upload. Like, holy shit, Twitch doesn't do that. It just creates a whole new video, which is a fucking nightmare to deal with.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there a calendar system in your world?
Yes, there is.
Was there a stupid correction from October 4th to October 15th, 1545?
What?
Yeah, you know,
I don't know what you were talking about.
where he just kind of like skipped 11 days in October.
Why did that happen again?
To account for all the leak because we didn't account for it in the marine system.
I'm gonna say no.
So, I mean, everyone knows.
So,
Josh is in a fucking Avatar venture, right?
So,
Question, Matthew. How long was I not in the actual play?
I'd say about 50 years.
Okay.
So you can
That's all
be
I
the
needed.
avatar.
No, I wasn't thinking that, but
Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. No, it's a good question. Who is it?
I don't need to worry about
You
Twitch.
just
I need to worry
line
about
everybody up front and be like, okay, let's go to the shower fell. Let's go back. You're not it. Next, like,
the thing.
Wait,
it's
is
so
that-
easy to do.
Yeah, we'll cast Gate, have a huge line set up.
Yeah. It's like fucking a vaccine screening, you know?
The
Like,
thing is, Matthew, the way you described a bunch of stuff made me just go, wait. That like lines up with a lot of stuff that happened to me. Why? The whole thing of entropy's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be order. I looked at that and what the fuck?
I'd argue that that's a symptom of the bigger problem. Like,
Okay, so
yeah,
the guy wasn't from Mechanus.
no,
Okay.
no.
As soon as you said that, I was like, I
Okay,
was
stream.
asking-
We'll see you back next week. And I'm gonna try again on YouTube because this worked out rather well.
Hashtag YouTube better. Fuck you, Twitch.